Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Tim Gillette, and we actually are here today to do a little event that we normally would do called a Simple, Easy Virtual Marketing Summit. Now, this month has been different like any other month. This month is the past 2 months, I've had some ups and some downs. Some, great champion moments, some great defeating moments. When it comes to the subject that I'm going to actually talk about all day today on our summit, it is something that has struggled in my personal being for a long time. And what it is talking about success. Success could be a huge, great high, but it comes with great lows. Over the past couple of weeks, as planning out this event, I had 4 different ways I was going to do it because of the fact of what was going on in the world and what was going on in my world. I didn't know how I was going to actually put this into action. And normally on our summits, we usually bring a great summit. And if you haven't, this is the first time you've ever watched one of our summits, it's okay. It's a little different. Usually we come in and I do a great 20-minute introduction to you about what's going on and what we're going to talk about in this summit. And I introduce to you the 5 speakers. Every month we look for them, we find 5 speakers. We bring in great subjects about a different subject in online marketing. This month is going to be different. See, this month I decided to actually record something that has been on my heart. I started to create this program in February of 2020. I had it outlined by August of 2020 in the pandemic. I actually sat down and wrote the slides to be able to teach it in March of 2021. And then in May of 2021, I kind of gave a little bit about it as I did what would normally be our blog and video con. But over the past 2 months, some highs and some lows in my business taught me that maybe I needed to tweak this program a little bit and record it, giving you the opportunity to come here and watch it live or watch the recordings of it as will be in the portal for you. For many others, this will be a recorded program minus some of the intro stuff here, but the recorded program will be inside of a separate program that I'll offer. Because I think it is the key and fundamental key to success in anything you're going to do, whether it be online or offline. And that is the program called Simple, Easy Success. It's going to be done in 7 different sections today because I'm going to be on camera most of the time today. I'm going to break it down best I can. And I actually have a slide that's going to do something like this. When I want to take a break, all right, between sections, I'm going to take a break, use my potty break and stuff, leave that up there for a couple minutes, and then go take a potty break and quick run back here and move on to the next section. This is not going to take our typical 4 hours today because I'm hoping that I can get each one of these sections into under 20 minutes. Because I want to actually break simple, easy success down, whether it be for your business or your life, to give you the fundamentals to succeed. And I don't want you to spend hours studying something that you don't need. Simple, Easy Marketing was started on the very concept of tell me how to get from path A to or tell me how to get to the destination point where I'm at to destination point I want to go to. Tell me what it's going to take to get to be successful in marketing my business. Don't throw all the frills and thrills into it. Let's get started with what will actually get us results. Let's stick with the formula that works instead of reinventing the wheel every time a new toy or trinket comes out. And the foundation I found behind it is so many people don't have that mindset of success whether it be for their life or their business, to get that foundation down to build a business, because they've not gotten down the success part in the brain. So I've created this program called Simple, Easy Success. You're going to learn it today in 7 sections. Number 1, the basics. What is basic success to you? Number 2, business. What's the simple, easy thing about business? Let's take the fluff out and make it business. Number 3, wealth. What is wealth? How do I get wealth? Why should I even talk about wealth? I'm not interested in being rich. No, the word's wealth, not rich. Number 4, the formula. Part A of the 3-part formula. How to build assets. Number 5, part B of the formula. How to build your system. Number 6, part C of the formula. How to become disciplined to build the habits that will get you to be successful, and why that's important. And number 7, the biggest key to success, giving. And I'm not talking about putting money in the offering plate at church, ladies and gentlemen. These 7 keys are what's going to open up success in your life, whether you apply them or not. They are going to define your success, because applied, these same keys will, done the right way, wrong way, will give you failure every time. So I hope you get something out of this today. As we move into our first section here, the first section that we're going to do is going to put them, and most of this, so you guys know, is you'll see me on camera a little bit here, but a lot of it, I'm going to have the slides up on the camera. My nose is kind of itching today, and I've just gotten over some sinus and allergy crap. And I'm going to move forward today, so you're not going to see me on camera as much. And don't worry, if you can't stay for all of this, this is all going to be recorded and put into a program for you guys to actually access and get connected to. And the recording of this will be actually in the Facebook group or on the YouTube channel where you guys are from. So anyway, and several times I'm going to take a break today and actually get drinks to do this. So here we go. Simple, easy success. Simple, easy success is a basic thing. The basics to getting started. What are they? What are the basics to getting success? Well, what is success to you? What is success to you? Have you defined it? Most people have never stopped to really define what success is to them. They don't know. So that when they get it, they don't know if they've really achieved it, because they've never stopped to write it down. Simple, easy success is you could reach any goal or dream in life or business if you first break it down into enough bite-sized steps and then take action one step at a time. So let's break down simple, easy success into just a couple of things that I want to share with you today. I have, I think, 11 points that I want to share with you to make this simple and easy for you to get and understand. Number 1, people have problems. People have problems, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody on this earth is exempt from problems. So before you point your finger at and go, well, he's got problems, she's screwed up. Guess what? We all got problems. We all are screwed up in some way, sort, or fashion. We all have an issue that after someone has solved a problem, it has created more problems. So every solution you create creates more problems. That's just life. That's the way the planet is run. We might as well get used to it rather than sit there and indoctrinate the idea and try to play massive success of how can we be ultimate successful and have zero this or zero that. It is never going to work. We are all going to continue to have problems. So to be successful, you got to help people solve problems. That does not mean that you actually are going to get them free from problems for life. No. Every solution is going to create more problems. You're going to solve that problem, but that problem being solved is eventually going to open up the door to a different problem being opened up. That's not being negative. That should be the most positive thing in the world you should think about when it comes to business. Because when it comes to your business, you're in the business of solving problems. Next, I want you to create content or processes that take them one step at a time towards the solution they want to that problem. Simple, easy, basic success. They got problems? Find solutions. Help people. Find the solutions. When you create success, you want to create it step at a time. And you can take one step. You have to be something on that path to a step to success in that person's problem for you to actually create it into a business and create success for yourself. I know. But Tim, I don't want to solve that problem. I know. We all don't want to solve everybody's problems. But there are some problems out there that you are passionate about. You need to create solutions and solve problems that you are passionate about. Nothing solves more problems, all right, than a handicapped person who can't use his right leg anymore, coming up and building a prosthetic that can help him use that leg and walk like it's normal. It's a passionate thing. He wanted to be able to walk. Passionate about maybe the fact that you hate walking everywhere. So you want to create an automobile, a bicycle. Maybe you want to solve the problem of being fun in getting places. Like the Harley-Davidson brother, Bill Harley and the Davidson brothers did. Created a motorbike that people can have fun getting from point A to point B. They were passionate about solving that problem. Whatever it is, you have to figure out what you're passionate about. Is there, if you were to look around your office, your space, wherever you're listening to this program today, if you were to look around and see a problem that bothers you, you probably can see 6 to 7 problems that don't bother you because they're just, whatever. I can look around my personal office today and tell you problems that bother. First of all, I have a problem that where I had shelves that I didn't have any shelves to put my books on. So I went and got a shelf and solved the problem. Someone created a shelf idea that all I had to do was buy it and put it up on my wall. And I thus can put my books and stuff onto it now and get it off the floor. Now, I have a filing cabinet over here off the camera site, and the filing cabinet has files, but I have this stack of papers on top of it that need to be filed. Not passionate about filing that. So what I do is I find somebody who is passionate about organization and filing, and I pay them an amount of money to solve that problem because I'm not passionate about solving it. I can care less if those papers stack up there. I'll become passionate about it when I have to dig through it to find stuff for my accountant in April of next year when I do my taxes. Then it'll become a passion problem. Next, once you find that passionate thing for you and success, the next you have to do is build a system around the solution that you provide. Build a system around a solution. Learn to solve the problems and all the problems that come after that. Again, do you remember what I just said? Problems, solution, eventually that solution opens up the doors to new problems. So you have to learn to solve this problem and then solve the next problem and then solve the next problem and then solve the next problem. That is the nature of the way the world is. You're not going to change it. I'm not going to change it. But if you learn to build your businesses and build success over the fact that you solve problem after problem after problem after problem, as opposed to the guy who created the pen. Great. Created the pen. Now they can write. Oh, crap. What are they going to write on? I don't know. I created the pen. That's their problem. No. Create paper. Paper, pen. Okay, great. Pens run out of ink. New problem. Create the next solution. How about a refill for the pen? How about a new tablet every month? Wow, you're solving problems. See, that's how simple and easy it is. Today, we are going to cover, Today we are going to cover the simple, easy success formula. The simple, easy success formula is this: assets plus system plus discipline will equal success. Assets plus system plus discipline will equal success. As we go through this throughout our section today, we're going to break each section down in sections 3, 4, and 5. 3, 4, and 5, of this. We're actually going to go through this formula and talk about this idea. I think maybe it's 4, 5, 6. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go through this formula and break it down. Why? Because here's what they each mean. Assets could mean your money, could mean your knowledge, could mean like, time. There's tons of things. Experience. You have a ton of assets, and some people have no assets and are out there trying to solve problems with no assets. Thus, they are failing at it. And people outside who have the assets to solve the problem, they are succeeding at it. You must first build up the assets, or use the assets you have to build a success, all right, and plug into a system before you can actually teach or do something that you don't have the assets for. For instance, I have people come to me all the time and say to me, Tim, I want to create this solution I have for people. And they bring me a book, they bring me a program, they give me a DVD. And it's like, yes, this solution, I'm going to coach people on how to help them with this. This book could solve their problem. I said, great. How big is your email list? I don't have one. How big is your social media following? I got about 5 people who are my friends on Facebook, and 25 people on Twitter, and 35 people on LinkedIn. And I'm like, great. We need to first build assets, because you're never going to solve people's problems with the book unless you have people to give the book to. That's an asset you need. Second, system. System is the process used to help people with the problems to get the results that they are seeking. Your system is to help them get what they want. Simple, easy success and simple, easy marketing was never created around the idea of, hey, how do I get I want for me? No, it's about solving other people's problems. You have to find what's going to solve their problems and build a system to help them get what they want. The system is a process used to deliver said product to get results. Great, you got a system. Now what? Now you need discipline. Discipline equals the system you create and use and the connections you have to keep you focused on keeping your systems and assets creating income and wealth for you. Here's what that means, ladies and gentlemen. Discipline is the actual act of going, hey, man, I need to create a habit to go out and do the work and make sure I keep plugging in and working on the system. Yeah, but Tim, isn't the system supposed to be automated? Like, isn't it supposed to work for itself so I can be successful? It doesn't always work that way. I have a very successful system that I still have to do 3 to 4 steps of that system personally myself. I have to discipline myself to do the tasks that make the automated sequences work. Great to have a system, but if you're not disciplined to do the tasks, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, you are never going to become successful and have that system out there. Success. That thing you want to create happiness and satisfaction in your life and business and world. Again, what is the success you want? We covered that in the first thing. What's going to create happiness in your world? I can define success all I want as to what Tim wants. What do you want? What is it that you want to be successful today? You have to decide what it is that's going to create your happiness and get the results you want. 3 pillars to build your success simple and easy. 3 pillars. You ready for them? Here they are. First pillar to be successful at what you want is you are the person that is in control of your future, in control of your destiny. No one else on this planet can get you what you want but you, ladies and gentlemen. That's the biggest pillar to success. Is those people who stand up and go, you know what? I'm going to change my future. I don't care who the president is. I don't care who the king is. Don't care who the ambassador is. Don't care who the governor is. Don't care who my mother is, my father is, my grandmother, my grandfather. All right. The local mayor of my town does not matter. It is me who matters. I control the future of Tim. You control the future of you. Your future, your success is put in the control of your hands. Yeah, Tim, but there's all kinds of problems in the world today. All right. And we're all going to fail if we don't, blah, 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 whatever. If you want to be successful, all right, you need to define what success is, and you need to take control to get said success. Stop trying to worry about what the world's going on. Who cares who's president? Who cares who's the king of your country? Who cares who's your governor? It doesn't matter. It is the actions that you will take that will get you success. Pillar number 1. Pillar number 2, you know how to do something, and you have more knowledge and more wisdom, and you are one step of many others on this planet that you can help. Combine that knowledge, that wisdom, that information that you have that puts you one step down the line of success than someone else is with that problem. Combine that with your story and share it to become successful. Your knowledge, your wisdom, your story are a combination of that will create success. The greatest combination that I've learned with my story was Tim was just a guy who did not get life and was scared to do things. So he met this guy named Zig Ziglar who said, Tim, you'd be a great speaker. And Tim didn't believe it. That's my story. Because I looked at Zig Ziglar and I went, I can't be that. But I could be a little bit better tomorrow and a little bit better the day after that. My story was I was someone comparing myself to other people. And I had to take that and realize that if I just take one step today and one step tomorrow, I can be more successful one step at a time. You need to enjoy the ride, ladies and gentlemen. Pillar number 3. You got to enjoy the ride. If you are not enjoying the ride that you are on, get off that ride and get on another one. Tim, but I'm really good at what I do, but I hate my business. Great. Sell it and move on. Sell it and move on. I have an investment company, and one of the things my investment company is once the investment has run its course, as far as I want to run the course with that investment, I sell my shares in that investment and I move on to a new investment. That is how you do to enjoy the ride. Every ride that you get on is not going to be the permanent ride for life. As a matter of fact, there's going to come a day when they're going to put you in the ground. And when they put you in that ground, there will be no more rides. You will be done. But if you didn't enjoy the time while you were here, while solving problems for others and building success for you, your family, and history, all right, and making this world a better place, all that combined together, then you're just another wasted space in a graveyard. It's time to not be a waste of space in a graveyard anymore, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for you to follow these 3 pillars. Take control of your world. Combine your story along with your knowledge, and then enjoy the ride. That there is section number 1. So let me then exit out of this And I'm actually going to do this fancy thing where I share or do screens. If you want to get a quick drink and take a quick break, go ahead and do it. I'm going to take a break real quick. All right, set up the next screen, and I will be back here with another thing in just a matter of minutes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. All right, as we're going into our second section today, as we're going through 7 steps to success in our Simple, Easy Success program. Each one of these steps will be recorded and broken out. All right, as we're going to go on to section 2 here right now, I want you all to look at what it is that you want to be successful at and follow this guideline. 7 steps that we're going through. All right, our steps are, we just finished the basics of success. Now we're going to talk about simple, easy business. Then we're going to have building your wealth, success formula broken down. Part 1, assets. Part 2, system. Part 3, discipline. And that number 7 is going to be our system of giving to open up success. We're now going to start section 2. Take your notepads out, all right, and actually get this down. We're going to do the second section. This one here should take about 15 minutes. Go ahead and actually, we're going to hit the go button here on this. Told you my nose is all itchy. And they just cut the lawn outside is what it is. And it's going to irritate me all morning. But anyway, here we go. We're going to go with section number 2. So here we go. Simple, easy success will make simple, easy business. Part 2, simple, easy business. That is a very important thing when we think about creating businesses and why we succeed or fail. Most of us are going to fail in business because we've never actually thought about this question right here. What business are you in? What business are you in? Do you even know? Most people have not. Let's stop right now and actually go through this section here today and share with you about building your business and how to make a simple, easy business. Number 1, simple, easy business. You need to find a need in the world, have a desire to fix it, and have created a structure to make money or get a reward for doing it. In other words, like there's a problem. You're going to have a desire to fix the problem. You create a system to make money or get rewarded for solving the problem. That's simple, easy business. How do we figure out what it is that we should be in business doing? Well, let's break this down into a couple different steps. Number 1, do people ask you to do something for them because you are good at it? I can't tell you how many times that people thought I was good at something and they said, Tim, you should do this. I remember one time I ran a tractor trailer repair shop in my life. And actually there was a place that I used to go to eat because I ran the tractor trailer repair shop. All right. And then while I was going to this place to eat on a regular basis, probably about once or twice a week, I would eat there and love the owner. All right. Love the manager and everything. And the manager had a problem with his car. And he couldn't afford to fix it, didn't know how to fix it. I said, dude, I'll come by your house and fix it for you. Don't worry about it, man. I'll take care of you, man. I'll hook you up. And it was easy because I knew how to fix it. it was a problem I could solve real easy on his car. So I went and got the parts, went over to his house, jacked his car up, crawled underneath, fixed the problem, put it back down, and whoop, off he went. Well, the owner of the restaurant came back to me continuously and goes, I want you to work on my cars, and I exchange for you, I'll give you food in exchange for you working on my cars. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I would rather go to work and pay you cash for the food. I'm good with that, right? No. I need my car fixed. I want you to fix my car, this lady said. And you fix my car and I'll give you free food. And I'm like, no, I will go work a job and pay for the food. See, people would ask me to actually fix their car. I didn't want to do that. But I knew how to do it. See, sometimes there's solutions out there that you know how to do. And people are asking you to solve the problems that you know how to fix. And we start with, what are people asking us to do? People ask me all the time, hey, Tim, how did you get on stage? I put people out there that I was a speaker. I moved forward with it. All right. I put a solution out there. I got a blog going. Second, when it comes to business, do you see a problem in the world that you can solve? Is it related to what people are asking you to do? In my case, back to the automotive story, I had a solution that I wanted to do for people, and that was I wanted to clean cars at the time, or I had a business cleaning cars. Later on in life, I found out that I really didn't enjoy cleaning cars, but I left it. But in the meantime, during that time, I was in the business of cleaning cars. I didn't want to spend my days cleaning cars and spend my nights getting dirty and having to dirty my own car up to drive back home. I didn't want to do that. I would rather clean a bunch of cars, make money doing it, go over and pay for my food. I seen the problem in the world that I wanted to solve. I wanted to see clean cars everywhere I went. So I found a solution by building a solution for people to get their cars cleaned without having to leave their office. And I took care of it. I set up a system to make it happen. I seen that problem and I created a solution by creating a car washing service. Next, what are people willing to pay to have that problem solved in their world? You see, I could love to clean cars all day long, all right? And it could take me 8 to 10 hours to do it, and it's $150, but if people are only willing to pay $30, I have to find a way to look at the $30 price tag that they're willing to pay to make it a business. There's a big saying out there to be, and before we get to the Simple Easy Success program, and people going, well, you need to get paid what you're worth. No job, all right, when you're working for someone else, no job is going to pay you what you are worth. They're going to pay you what a job is worth. This is understanding the basics of Simple Easy Success and business. Understand the fact that I could be worth $1 million. But if someone wants me to solve a $30 solution, they're not going to pay me $1 million to solve a $30 solution. I can create the greatest program for success in the world and have it on my website for you to buy it, and I can offer it to you for $997. But if it's only worth $97 to you, you're not going to buy it. So often I see people in the coaching space, which I am in now, as opposed to the car wash space I was in before, that they are trying to solve a problem in the world by offering a $5,000 offering for something that everybody's willing to pay $100 for. And they've been following all of the fancy get-rich-quick success people telling them that they need to charge what they're worth. Great. You can be worth $1 million all day long, but if the service you provide ain't worth 10 cents, they're not paying you $1 million for it. Learn to find out what they're willing to pay for the solution that you offer. What are they willing to pay to have that problem solved? Next, you have to make the connection between the problems of others and the solution you have. This problem and the solution is the amount of money to make the amount of money you make to solve their problems. So if they've got a problem, ladies and gentlemen, you have a solution, and they are willing to pay X amount to solve that problem. That is what the product or service is worth. That's the money that will be exchanged for you to solve, to provide your solution for their problem. Again, as we stated in the previous slide, is you got to know what they're willing to pay. Now let's turn that into a business. Let's turn it into a business and make it simple and easy for you guys to understand. I think I have about 5 parts to this one here. Let me see. One, two, three, 4. I've got 4 parts, all right? And then I'll explain it. So first part that we actually have, all right, and turning this into a business is know what they are willing to pay to have the problem solved. I just said that earlier, but know what they're willing to pay. If they have a problem in their home and they're willing to pay you $100, that's how much the solution is worth to them. You have to figure out, okay, how can I do this for $100? Let's move on. Well, now you know they're willing to pay $100. Well, what does it cost you to provide that service? They're willing to pay $100, all right? If it costs you $65 to provide that service, that gives you a profit off of the $65 it costs you to provide the service, all right? And they're paying $100. That's how much money? $35. Very good. So they're willing to pay $100. It costs you $65 to do service. So far, we're still in business. We're still got a way to go. Now, let's see what we can do. Next, what are your expenses? What, ladies and gentlemen, are your expenses to live on a daily basis? If it, all right, we have $100 for, they've paid you for a service. It costs you $65. So you can take your calculators out and go, how much do you make on that? That's $35. How many of those sales do you need to make? Because what's your expenses? Know what it costs to live the lifestyle you want. Have that down as a number. This is simple, easy success to make a business. This is not rocket science to make this a business. This is the basics that most people will ignore when they start a business. If it costs you, let's just use round numbers. I know it costs much more than this to live in the world that we live in today, but let's say it costs you $1,000 a month to live. That's $1,000 a month are your expenses. $1,000 a month is your expenses to live. You know that you have a product or service that you can sell and make a $35 profit after your cost expenses to do the business. Next, what are you willing to pay? What are they willing to pay minus your expenses to do it, minus your cost to do it? How many people do you now need to make money to cover your expenses? So, for instance, in this very scenario, you need 28.58% or 28.58 customers a month to make that $1,000 expense. Making it simple, easy. If you know that it costs you $1,000 to live, you need $28 or 28 customers because you're going to make a profit of 35 on every one of them, remember? And that little 35 profit times 28 is going to cover your expenses. Now, what do we do to become successful? Well, we go get, number one, we go lock in the 28 customers every month. We get them down so that covers expenses. Cost of living covered, done, over, finished, right? Next. Simple as success is find as many customers first to cover expenses, then double it to make and keep it profitable. So now I have 28 customers. Let's just say it's 29. 29 customers that will actually keep me my bills paid, all right, keeps the place in business, keeps the doors open on the business, and keeps my lifestyle going. I can still keep a roof over my head. I can still keep still keep in a house, still keep a car to drive, still eat food, all right, things like that. Now, to make myself wealthy and move on, what do? I need to double that. I need to make 29 times 2, which is 58. 58, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are bad with math, it's 58. If you have 58 customers, you are going to be making twice as much as it costs you, or twice as much as your expenses every time. Why do you want to make twice as much to be profitable? Because as your business scales up, other things are going to come in to cost in your lifestyle, and your lifestyle is going to be raised. So immediately go, I need 20, let's just round it up. I need 30 customers to make it and break even. Let me find 60 customers. So now I know that I can not only live the lifestyle I want, but I can have excess to be saving towards the future and creating newer products and thus doubling it. All right. And there's a whole nother exponential 5x, 10x, whatever you want for out there as to why you go to that. But the basics is you need 30 customers just to survive. Now, excuse me a second. There we go. You know that now. You've put that round figure down. That makes it simple and easy for you to provide the solution to be in business, right? Next, what do you do? To make it a business, you got to market and promote it. We double it because automatically we take the money and market and promote, all right, to not only go to 60 customers, but to go to 120 customers. Maybe go to 200 customers. You're providing that solution. How many times over and over again you market and promote, put money back into feeding, to marketing, promoting things to make it grow, to get it way past what you're doing, and maybe now make it even better successful by bringing on a couple employees to help solve the solution. After you market and promote, the next step you do is you make sales. Make sales. Make your sales, increase your sales, improve your sales. Now that you have a sales funnel coming in, and I wish I had old Eric or Scott in here, my sales experts who've come in to speak at my events many, many times, who will talk about to you of making sales and how to do it. But the idea behind it is market, promote, make sales. Now, what do you do? To keep this as a business, automate processes and repeat as many times as you want. Automate the process and repeat it as many times as you want. Ladies and gentlemen, that automation thing, all right, or that idea of putting a success system in is what's going to make you successful by basically putting it into the assembly line. If you've ever attended our Simple Easy Automation course, you know that we talk about the assembly line concept of how we put assembly line concept into everything we do, and then find the tools. After the assembly line is created, we find the tools to come in and automate. Most of us have reversed it, all right? To give you a little hint, most of us reverse the automation process by trying to build, all right, the robot before we build the assembly line. Imagine if Henry Ford in his assembly line built the robot first and then built the assembly line with the robot. It wouldn't have worked. So many of you are actually out there building businesses trying to build it by building the robot first and putting robots in, rather than getting people in to do the processes along the way and making an assembly line. That's a whole other thing in the Simple Easy Automation, where we take you down and break it down to the idea of the assembly line, creates into the perfection of the assembly line, which creates into the automation, which creates into a computer generated, which moves you on to further success. Whole nother program. Have to get that one on another thing. Simple Easy Automation. That, ladies and gentlemen, is section 2 on building a business. See, this is simple and easy, ladies and gentlemen. It is not rocket science. This is taking success and breaking things down in a simple, easy pattern for you to find out where it's working and where it's not. If things aren't working, you move on to the next thing to actually get it to work. So, simple, easy success, ladies and gentlemen. Part 2 was actually the concept of building a business. What we're going to go into next is how to build wealth. How to build wealth. I will be back in a quick 3-minute. I'm going to take a quick potty break. I'll be back in a quick 3 minutes, and you will actually go into the next section, which will be simple, easy wealth. I'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Tim Gillette, and we're back here with section number 3 in our Simple Easy Success program. Section number 3 in our Simple Easy Success program, we're going to talk about Simple Easy Wealth. Right now, as I actually am going to make this process for you of wealth building and a concept so simple and easy that you're going to blow your mind. So, let me bring that back up on the screen. Simple, easy success. How to build simple, easy wealth. Simple, easy wealth is this section here. Is wealth simple and easy to get? Is it? I know you're thinking like, Tim, what are you going to talk about wealth? Like, I'm going to have, mansions and Ferraris and Lamborghinis and beach houses. And no. Let's break down simple, easy wealth and what it really is. Simple, easy wealth is best defined as the ability to not live in want and have enough to give others. Simple, easy wealth is, in the greatest definition I have ever heard onto it, ladies and gentlemen, was making $1 more in passive residual income than it cost you to live every month. It's wealth. In other words, I don't have to go to work. There's money coming into my business or into my world, all right, and it's paying off my bills plus $1. I am now a wealthy person. Number 1 in this section here is we all need to become wealthy. This is needed now more than ever. It is a time for us to build it so you really do not need to rely on others. As we're creating this, as I'm creating this program, it is later in 2021. And the past 2 years have shown us many of things of why we should have created things to be wealth. During the pandemic, many of us who sat back and waited on others to help make us successful watched people, as we said in section number 1, create wealth on their own and become super wealthy. Some wealthy people actually doubled and tripled the size of their wealth during the pandemic. The concept of wealth does not rely on what the economy is doing or what the government is doing or what the world is doing. It relies on what you are doing to make yourself successful. So we need to all become wealthy. We need to all create our own businesses. We need to all have a successful plan in place. Why? Because if we rely on the success of others, we will always be a failure. We all need to become wealthy, and we need this now more than ever because it is time. Second, to become successful, take things one step at a time. Success will come in time, ladies and gentlemen. Stop sitting out there and trying to force 15 steps into a one-step process. I'm sorry, there's 15 steps to be successful. Take the 15 steps. Zig Ziglar was famous for saying, all right, there is no elevator success. You got to take the stairs. Well, guess what? The taller the building is, the more stairs are involved. How successful you want to be depends on how many steps you have to walk up to get to it. If you want to be a 15-story success story, 15 stories in a building success story, you got a lot of stairs to walk up. We have a mentality that's built in our world today that thinks we can just take the elevator to get there. Well, guess what? Stop waiting or looking for elevators to become successful. The best advice I ever got in life was there ain't no such thing as a free lunch. There ain't no such thing as a free lunch. Think about that in the concept of your success. Everything you get, whether you get it given to you or you actually go out and get it, costs someone else something to give it to you. Nothing's free. Someone else had to put time or money or labor into it to make it happen. You may have gotten it for free, but that was a gift to you. It does not mean it was free to get. When you actually stop and think about that concept of success, you stop thinking about where's the elevator to rise me up to where I want to be successful. Instead, you go, you know what? I want to be Empire State Building successful. Start on the first step and start walking up. Yeah, but the building can come down. Yep. But if you stay on the floor waiting for the elevator, you're never going to be successful. Now, I'm not talking about the real building. I'm talking metaphorical building of success. You're going to have to actually get on that steps one at a time and start moving up. If you want to be successful, there ain't no free lunch. Start where you are. Let's be real with yourself. Stop getting out there and telling everybody. You walk up, some of you I've seen you walk up to your coaches and tell them, well, I've got, 2 Ferraris and a Lamborghini and 62 customers all paying me $100,000 a year. Great. Why can't you afford $5,000 for a coaching program? I have my own house. I have 14, whatever it is you're saying you have. It's always followed by, great, would you like to take it to the next level? Well, yeah, I would. Okay, join this program. Here it is. It's 5,000, it's 10,000, 20,000, whatever it is. And you all go, well, I can't afford that. You just got done telling me how successful you are. Let's be real. Where are you really at? Because you see, if you're real with me and you tell me that, hey, I want to have 50 customers a month coming in or 60 customers to be very, very successful, but you don't have 2 right now. We need to get you on a success program to get you from 2 to 30 to cover the costs. I personally, let's just put this in reality. I personally would love if I actually got somebody like a Mark Cuban from Shark Tank, Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank to coach me on how to be successful. Let's face it, their consulting rates are probably a little higher than I can afford right now. So I'm probably not going to be able to afford to call Mark Cuban up on the phone and go, hey, Mark, can you help me be successful? Mark's going to say, here's the figure. Let's just say it's 100,000, 200, $1 million a year. All right. If I don't have the $1 million a year, Mark's not my coach. Stop trying to brag to him and tell him how rich you are. And let's get real with where you really are. If you can only afford a $3,000 coaching or mastermind program, which is highly something we always encourage our people to join a mastermind program to get successful, that's where you start. And I tell people, like, our mastermind is $5,000 to join, $5,000 for the first year. If you can't afford $5,000 to build your business, really, you don't belong in business right now. Number one question I ask every one of my clients is, what's your marketing budget? Because if they can't answer that question, they're not going to be my clients. I'm going to give them their money back and say, listen, you need to move on and do something else, dude. I'm sorry. I can't help you. That's just being real and having integrity in what I do. I'm in a business to really help people, not get people to go out there. The people who have always come to my systems and have failed are the people who came in and lied to me about where they were. They were not real with what they had. And we try to build success out of a pile of garbage and ashes. And it never works. We'll get into that a little bit more. Next, be real with where you want to go. Be real with where you want to go. Don't let the dreams of others change the real dreams that matter to you. Here's what I mean by that. You can have a dream, all right, to actually, let's just say, own the New York Giants. It's a great dream. You're going to take a lot of steps to get there if you're working at McDonald's right now, all right, as a kitchen help. It's a long dream. It can happen. I don't know if it's going to happen, but let's get you down the road and starting success. Because here's the truth, is if you don't get yourself in one step, it's never going to do. Now, just because someone else comes up to you and says, I have a dream for you, Sally, or Sam, or Anita, or Sonia, or Joe, or Sally, or Frank, or whoever you are. I have a dream for you. I want to see you own the New York Giants. And you sit there and go, yeah, but I'm an Eagles fan. Now we have a problem. You have as far as you want the New York Giants to be bought by somebody else, and you want them to go in bankruptcy because you're an Eagles fan. So often that's what we're doing. Right now, some of you are actually listening to others tell you what your dream is, and you've never stopped to realize, yeah, but I'm not a fan of that. For me, I live in Dallas, Texas, and I'm not a football fan, but I live in Dallas, Texas, and if I were to like any football team, it is the Philadelphia Eagles. I live in the wrong place to be a football fan. I'm just saying that. But I'm not a football fan, so it doesn't matter. I am. And, if I watch any football, I'm an Eagles fan. If my goals that everybody came down and my coach said to me, well, Tim, come on, you can be successful and you can own the Dallas Cowboys. I'm like, no, thanks. I don't want to. I don't like them. Maybe my dream is not football. Maybe my dream is to be a car lot owner. I don't know. You got to actually be real with what dreams you want and what matter to you, not what matters to your coach or anyone who's trying to help you. Number 6 in this one, you cannot, and I do mean cannot, I have it in large capital letters in this slide for a reason, cannot build wealth in survival mode. You can't. I don't care how much you think you cannot build wealth in survival mode. Here's why. You will always be struggling. It's why one of the reasons we said is what's your expenses? Why we gave you in the last lesson on business, why we gave you this idea of what it was to create success. Why you actually had to think about this idea of success and what you really wanted, because you can't do it if you can't cover your expenses. Make sense? Can't build it. So you're saying, well, survival mode, what's that? So let me give you this. All right. What is the 4 modes that we believe in to start from anywhere and to move to success? I personally believe, and I personally can see it done. I can help any business turn their business around in 90 days or less. I'm not going to help you be a millionaire in 90 days, but I can turn your business around in 90 days or less and get you on the right track to making money. I don't care where you are. If you're willing to do the simple, easy success, it's why we're creating this program. And I actually am doing it in reality with these 4 modes of success. Here they are. Mode number 1, survival mode. You are living day to day doing the things that just get you food. Keep food on the table. Keep a house over your, roof over your head, a house, basic necessities to take care of yourself. You can't take care of anybody else. You can barely take care of yourself. That's survival mode. 99% of the world today is living in survival mode. And they read all the books, they come to all the programs, they see programs like this, and they dive into it. Like, how do I become rich? Well, I'm going to give you the reality of where it is. You're in survival mode. We need to get you out of that first to become successful. This is just making it simple and easy for you. We got to get out of survival mode and get the basics covered. So once the basics are covered and you don't have to worry about where's my next meal coming from? How am I going to keep that roof from not leaking? What am I going to do to keep my car running to go to work? How am I going to keep food on the table? That's the things that you've got to get covered first before you can build anything that is wealthy and successful on a next level basis in your business or life. Next mode, asset building mode. Once you've got the basics covered, this is the place where you are learning, you are studying, you are collecting things and tools, and you're building systems that will build your income and put it on autopilot. Asset building mode. Right now, some of you are, well, Tim, I can't afford to pay my bills, so I can't afford to get a coach, so I can't afford to get a business, so I can't afford to write that. Great. You can still start because there's one area of your life that you actually are past survival mode on. Some of you are there. The typical college education in America today, the gentleman or woman who is going to college may not have the finances to be outside of survival mode. In other words, while they're in college, their finances, their money is survival. They have enough money coming in to pay the bills, to keep themselves fed and a roof over their head while they go get educated. But in the education field, the knowledge going into their head, the wisdom they are putting in, they are in asset building mode. You see, it takes assets and wisdom in your head to be able to get the money in your pocket. So while you're getting the asset or while you're getting the survival mode fixed, start building assets with your mental capability. Start reading books. Start studying programs like this. Start collecting information that you can study and enact and put into your business. Man, you can buy a ton of books right now on Kindle for 99 cents. Everybody's doing a great Kindle 99-cent bestseller offer. You can buy some of the most success-driven stories for 99 cents that will build your mental capacity and get you into assets of mental information to success. In 2006, 5 and 6, all right, I was basically towards the end of 2005, 2006, almost to 2007, I was homeless and broke. I barely could afford to eat. My take-home pay, I mean, at one point in time, my take-home pay was $70 a week. I spent half of that in gas because the price of gas was skyrocketing at the time. I spent half of that in gas in my car just to get, all right, from the place I was to staying. I stayed on a friend's couch. But during that time, I had tons of free time because I would work a job and then I would have time off. I didn't have money to go build a business. You know what I did with my free time? I picked up books and I read. I sat on my friend Brian's couch on the times that I wasn't working. And while I was not working, I actually read books that he had on his table. I started building wisdom and assets in my mind. When you get assets in your mind, will turn into assets in your business, which will turn into assets that can build income, which takes us to the next mode, income building mode. This is the point where you turn your assets into regular income that comes in consistently without you working. In other words, you're building the business, all right? As we talked about, just the fundamentals to build a business. Now you've got a business down and it can make money. Now, little by little, you automate things in that business so you don't have to be there doing all the tasks. You get other people to do the different tasks that they love to do and they're good at. And you have it work to build a product or a service that you can sell, and then you can make a profit. You can pay the employees. You can buy more supplies from other companies that make them keeping successful, and it creates income for you. So now you have to work less hours per week because you have assets making money for you. Now you're way out of survival mode. You're way past asset building mode. You're into income building mode. Now let's take it one step further. Mode number 4. Wealth building mode. This is the place where your income is coming in and resources coming in. In other words, you have wisdom coming in, you have people coming in with wisdom, you have income coming in that you take and reinvest, and you have more than you need. So you start more automating your system, refining your system that helps you bring in more money, doing work one time, and then getting paid for it over and over again. This is where you go into being, like, shall we say, an investor. You ever watch Shark Tank? As you can tell from some of my things, I watch Shark Tank quite a bit. Do you watch Shark Tank for the idea that how do I get on Shark Tank to pitch my product? Can I tell you how I watch Shark Tank? I watch Shark Tank to go, if I had the money, would I buy that deal? I look at it from the shark's perspective. I don't want to be the guy in there pitching to the sharks. Truthfully and honestly, no, I want to be the shark. You want to really grab wealth and really grab assets and really grab knowledge? Study it from the shark's perspective. That's where I want to be. That's wealth mode, ladies and gentlemen, to where you can now take extras that you have and buy other assets that will continue to make you money, continue to grow you in wisdom. And that is what we have as wealth building mode. So, true wealth defined. When you have more income and resources coming in residually, passively, than you have expenses. That's simple, easy success and wealth right there. You can move from survival mode to wealth building mode if you follow a simple, easy formula. Let's take that and break that down in the next section. I'm going to take a quick break here, ladies and gentlemen. Grab a quick drink and be right back with our next section. Hey guys, welcome back. So before I go into the next section, let me talk to you guys a little bit about what we are doing here with Simple Easy Success. We're here today. We're actually creating a program. We're actually creating a program that we've actually written down for a long time, and we recorded an earlier session of it this year, but decided to refine the process, add in a couple of notes to help this process come down for people, as the pandemic really got to me. And I really thought about it very hard about how many people come to me and they don't have the basics down for success. And it got to me so much that I was like, you know what, I gotta revamp this Simple Easy Success system and create a program about it to help people understand it. So we've broken this down and we're recording it today in 7 sections, and that's going to be our virtual event this month. But if you are actually looking at it and you go, man, this stuff just really interests me, and Tim, I want to take this a little bit further. First of all, the Simple Easy Success program will be in your portal. If you're watching this live, it'll be there, so you'll be able to come back and see it. It'll be broken down into sections for you. If you're a VIP member, and you know what I mean, it'll be turned into a program that we'll be offering from our system over the next couple of weeks. And made into a program that we teach. And we're going to do this a lot more often, where we basically take the program, we break it down, and we run the event to record it. But if you're thinking like, man, Tim, I'd really like to do more with you. What more do you offer? I like to always tell people about our programs. We have 3 different programs that we help people with. Number 1 is our events. Our events we have virtually. This one here is actually being recorded in a virtual event. The virtual events are put up every month, once a month, with 5 speakers usually, and each subject is broken down with 5 speakers telling a little bit about what they know in that subject. They are all put into a portal for you to record. If you've joined the membership, you get it for life. There's no, hey, buy a ticket every month. We don't do that. We buy a membership, and we offer those members unlimited access for life. So they can come and attend when they want live, or they can come and attend the recordings if they don't have time. Second, we have live events. We have 2 types of live events. Number 1, we have a blog and video con, which is going to be here in November in Dallas, Texas, and it's probably going to be our last one. We're going to go to a different format in doing our live events like that. And it's the fact that we're only going to open up rooms of 15 to 20 people coming in for a mastermind session, where they actually get to go around the table, hot seats, and everybody's saying, this is what I'm looking for. And then we actually go back around the table and give everybody solutions to the problems they're looking for in their business using the online content creation systems that we teach. That is the second thing, is the events, live, events that we have. We have programs. In other words, we're recording this. We have several programs. We have the Kickstart Your Blog program right now. All right. The Simple Easy Success program, Simple Easy Automation, Simple Easy Repurpose Your Content. And we also have a challenge program. The Simple Easy Challenges is basically, we start you off with 2 challenges. Then every month we give you another challenge. We have a program that's being put apart into a system that's going to be out there called basically, it's going to be a basic, a basic mastermind inner circle type program. And that's going to include our part of our challenge program, where it's going to be $97 a month. You get a 52-week marketing plan. Every week you get a task put into your inbox with a video training for you to actually put down fix that one thing in your business that week. And then we also have a 90-day program in there for, we don't know the name of it. It's probably going to be Simple Easy Life Personal or Simple Easy Self-Coaching or something like that. But the idea behind it was it was originally going to be called, You Don't Need a Life Coach, How to Fix Your Own Damn Life in 90 Days. All right. And that's an outlined program that we have, where we give you something to fix one day at a time for 90 days, and then creating habits to be successful. We also have a mastermind program, a mastermind and coaching programs. As I said, our first level, our mastermind, it's $97 a month. If you're interested in that, reach out to me and I'll give you more information. The second level we have, it's $197 a month. The second section we have is called our Mastermind VIP Inner Circle. It is $5,000 a year to join, or $497 down and $497 a month. That program gives you a 5-hour at my home office here in Dallas, Texas, overview of your business. We don't play games online. No, we sit down and outline a success plan for your business for next year in a 5-hour session. You have lunch and dinner with me, or lunch with me, and then dinner with my wife and my mom come over for dinner, and we talk about your business and helping you succeed. In some cases, I get my boys to come over and they help give you some input as well. On occasion, I've been known to have my coach stop in for dinner with my people just to kind of hang out with us. That's something we do to help people in that program. We also have weekly coaching calls for the group that they can show up on Mondays and Wednesdays, as well as you have unlimited access to me. You can schedule an appointment with me anytime. All right. I give you access to my calendars. You book a spot and it schedules us, both of us, down for that hour time to go talk. Unlimited texting, unlimited emails to me that I answer and get in touch with you. And that's $5,000 a month. I think the website for that now, I'd have to check my assistant here, is timgillette.com/inner circle. You can go check that out if it's interest to you. Then the unique thing about that program is after year 1 is done, you can re-enlist and stay in the program, and the price drops. It drops $1,000 to $4,000, or $397 down, $397 a month. And you get everything in there. Again, year 3, it drops down to $297 down, $297 a month. Year 4, $197 down, $197 a month. Year 5 and beyond, $97 down, $97 a month. The catch is on year 4, 5, and beyond, it does not include the 5-hour. The 5-hour business planning session is extra. All right. Normally that is added out as an extra to people. If that's all you want is that 5-hour planning session with me, it is available. It is for $2,000. It's $1,997 for you to get that just by itself with me. Reach out and we'll set it up if it's something you're interested in. That's basically what we do and how we help people. We have a great mastermind of people. We have a great group of speakers who will be here. All right. Next month, we will not be doing a virtual event because we will be live. The live events that we are going to be doing are going to still be live events, but they're just going to be different. All right. Starting in 2022, our live events are going to be mastermind based, and they are going to be limited seating. So it's not going to be a 500 person. No, it's the first 20 who buy the ticket get in. And that's just the way it is, because the seats are going to be limited for the type of events we are doing, because we don't know how long this is going to last, and we may have to hold masterminds and give people space in a big room. So we're going to do a different style event to be able to help those people who really want the help and get it done. That being said, I'm going to jump into the next section, all right, and break down the simple, easy success formula for you, starting with simple, easy success formula part 1. Here we go. Hey guys, it's Tim Gillette, and we're back here with section number. What number are we on? I don't even remember what number we are on, but let me see. I'm guessing that we are on. Oh no, I'm guessing we're on 4, right? 4, yeah. Simple, easy success formula. Anyway, we're going to start breaking down in this section the simple, easy success formula and how that does. Part 1 of this formula is, as you remember, was assets. Assets plus system plus discipline equals success. So let's break down assets. Let's talk about this very concept first of all before we do it. Do you know, or do you have assets, or do you have the assets you need to succeed? So often I see people who tell me that oh yeah, Tim, I have assets. I'm good, man. Like I told you earlier, they brag about all the stuff they have, but they don't have it. And when we break it down to really look into what they have, they don't have any assets to build their business. Well, here's an asset that we can all start with that we all have. You ready? The number one asset that we all have is our time. Our time. You start by investing time to build things that will make you money. Simple, easy assets. You can build success without assets, but you can do it much faster with the right assets. So you see, so many people think that like, oh man, yeah, but so-and-so, he came out of the woodwork because such and such an app and the newest, hottest thing popped for him. And 90% of the time, those people who succeed in whatever the newest thing is online had assets behind them that made it work. I have this great friend. I knew her from my Blab days. She's a great coach out of the center of the country, great business coach, very business minded, very success oriented. She helps women. She helps women really build great, successful businesses. She had all the assets in place to make all that coaching work. And literally, she was fantastic at helping people succeed. She just didn't have the right ways to find the clients. She had the system down, but didn't have the system to find the clients. And then Blab came along. Live streaming. Boom, her business started taking off and she was getting clients and paying her money and her system was building. Why? Because she had the assets built in the background. And everybody was telling the story about how this lady, all right, was being so successful with live streaming. The reason she was successful was she had the assets behind it so that when live streaming came along, she was able to take off with it. You see, this very thing is the assets. Most of us will never sit back and look at what assets we have. I personally watched that same lady when Clubhouse came out, which is the new, well, not new anymore, but the audio program. And she is kicking ass on Clubhouse. Why? Because she has the assets behind her to make that system work. So many of us don't have the right assets, all right? And we're trying to build it because the tool came out. The tool's not going to help you if you don't have the assets in the background to make it work faster. For instance, I knew how to use live streaming, live video, use video in things like, Zoom and like I use StreamYard to record these things with. Knew how to use all of those tools. I knew how to broadcast. I knew how to get on camera and face the camera and talk to it and have no problem with it. When the pandemic hit, I literally went from, all right, the 4 weeks prior to when the world shut down, I had, I think, 5 speaking gigs in 3 states. I was booking at speaking, and I literally had stuff scheduled out through 2020, traveling and speaking to events that all got shut down. I was moving, man. My business was really going to rocket, and all of a sudden the world shut down. In a matter of weeks, my business, after the world shut down, started growing and growing real fast. Why? Because I had the assets of knowing how to get on camera, face it, talk to it, build the PowerPoint to go on camera to teach. I mean, I had all that stuff down from my speaking skills were there. Plus, I knew how to be on camera already, how to do live streaming video, how to use those tools. So for me, it was easy to use that and put it in to build my business and keep right on going. Simple, easy assets. My coach, all right, he came to me and called me, my business coach, the man who helped me build my system, called me and said, Tim, how do I use Zoom to keep up with my clients? And I sat down with him. We went over Zoom. We played things with it and organized it all so he could do it online. For the first time, the night before he went live for his first mastermind session online, him and I and his wife, we had 3 or 4 different Zoom windows open and we're all talking about it and figuring it out. Do you know that kicked him off to go wild, and he's doing great at it. Here's what I learned about that thing with him. He actually has the asset of his mind studying things to learn it, to perfect it, to use it and work in his system. So when I gave him the basics, he immediately jumped, took the basics, and built it into further success. And now he knows more about Zoom than I do. That's someone who already has the assets in place. Let me give you this one, a simple, easy asset bonus. An asset is something that will bring back that brings something back to you. Your asset should be like a boomerang, ladies and gentlemen. When you cast it out, it brings something back. Get that down. When you cast the asset out into the space, it boomerangs back and comes back and brings success back to you. That's an asset. So let's break down assets into a couple different things. Number one, let's talk social media and assets. Social media and assets. So many people are out there looking at, man, well, Tim, I like whatever. Let's just say use Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it is. I like. So many social media people out there, the reason they're getting people to fail online when it comes to asset building online is they have them going, well, what's the newest and hottest thing and why are you not jumping on it and doing something onto it? So what you could be doing is doing 50 million things on 50 million platforms to try to get one customer. Instead, When a new platform or a new tool comes out, if you don't have the assets to play into it, you can go on, get your profile set up, and kind of hang back and watch, see what others are doing, and then see if there's a way for you to adapt the current strategy you have to make it work. For instance, find 2 or 3 platforms at most that you can work with and you like to work with. Find the platforms that you can work with it. Then there's a caveat to this, all right? First, you got to make sure that your platforms are the same ones that your potential clients are on. I can love Snapchat all day long. If my clients aren't on Snapchat, I am wasting my time on Snapchat. Doesn't care how much I like it. So you got to find something you like, but you got to also make sure your clients are there. I personally have hardly any new clients coming to me from LinkedIn. Now, I'm not saying LinkedIn's a bad platform. LinkedIn is a very great platform. It just is not where my clients come from. I had to learn that. I learned that the hard way by putting a bunch of time and money into LinkedIn and not getting results. You got to make sure whatever platform you choose and creating assets is that platform on social media, number one, you like it. Number two, your customers or clients are there. Because you can be great all you want on, TikTok is like the famous one now. But if your clients aren't on TikTok, you're wasting your time there. It can be fun all you want, but it's not going to drive business. Again, we're about simple, easy success. If the plan doesn't get you what you want, why are you doing it? Next, social media is about engagement. Learn to do things that engage people. Learn to do things that engage people. If you're on social media and you're not getting any engagement, then why are you doing it? Why? Some of you are not doing it because you're doing things and you're not getting any engagement, and you're just like, well, let me just keep doing this. Let me keep throwing the fork in this one. Why? It's not working. There's no engagement. Some of you are going, well, I got no engagement, so I might as well give up. No. When there's no engagement, that means you need to do things. You can always tweak things to find the engagement. Tweak things. Learn to do things in patterns and then judge the results from the pattern. Here's a great way to find out if you can get engagement on any platform and test out your subjects without trying to build an audience and do all these fancy things first. Ready? Test out your theory. You can always use an ad to find out if your audience is on that platform. Always. I use ads. I use them all the time, guys. If I want to try something new, I'll run an ad and I'll put $20 behind it to see 3 things. Number 1, how many people viewed the ad? Number 2, how many people took action on the ad? In other words, if it was a video, how many people watch it and how long do they watch it for? Number 3, how many people clicked the link at the end of the ad? That's how I judge the ad. That's how I know if the social media platform works. If they don't watch the video, that means my video needs to be fixed because it does not keep them engaged. If they didn't click the ad, well, great. Then my video did not teach them enough to make them and create a want to make them to click. See what I mean? These are things that have become important on you finding success. You've got to actually run an ad and find out whether they can do it. Well, the next phase is the click over to the website. The website. I'm going to say this, and every social media person in the world hates me when I say it. Every person who's into YouTube hates me when I say this. Every person who builds a business on Snapchat hates me. Every person who's building their business on Clubhouse hates me when I say things about the website. I've had more people in 10 years tell me that I'm wrong on this subject, and I'm going to tell you right now, everyone who pointed this out does not have a business. They are not in the business online anymore. They have a job somewhere, playing with whatever platform they liked. Yes, you still need a website. Run from anyone who tells you that you don't need one. This is simple, easy success, folks. Yes, you need a website. And if someone tells you you don't, run. Run the other direction. The idea behind this idea that, oh, I can do everything on social media. Oh, no, I can do everything on YouTube. Oh, no, I can do everything on. I'm going to tell you the number one thing I learned in 2020 that became the biggest tool to teach you why this here is successful and means something is, I don't care whether you like this person or not. It's an example. It is not an endorsement. If they can kick the sitting president of the United States off their platform, they can kick you off their platform. Get that through your mind. Oh, Tim, I can do it all on YouTube. Yeah. What if that one day you make one comment, I have one person make a comment and you respond to it, boom, Google says, I'm sorry, you can't be on our platform anymore. Your entire business was built on that platform. You have nowhere to take this because you went on the idea that someone said, you don't need a website. You don't need an email list. Bull crap. You need it, ladies and gentlemen. Again, everybody who has told me this was not true, this statement on the screen was not true, is not in business for themselves anymore. As a matter of fact, they faded off somewhere. I'm still here 12 years later by doing this. Next, your website should be viewable on the computer, the tablet, and the mobile device to be the most effective. I learned this the hard way because I had one of my sites that I have one of my things that just I can't put the schedule for my Simple Easy events. I cannot get it to adapt the way I do the schedule to adapt to the mobile phone. They can see everything else on the mobile phone on my web page because I adapt to all three, but they can't see the schedule. So I have to, every time I have a speaker on there who only views things on their phone, I got to send them the schedule privately. But the idea behind it is I make every one of my sites, everything is viewable so they get all the points to make them do what I want them to do on all three devices, a computer, a tablet, and a mobile device. As a matter of fact, I had this device. I was trying it out last year and it really kind of didn't work out. Was an area, if you don't know me, I don't carry business cards. I am always, everybody I meet, I try to get their business card and connect with them. But what happens is I had this device that stuck to the back of my phone and I would click your phone and if it gave this little pop, right? Or it actually opened up. You click the pop button on the front screen and it opened up to a mobile web page I had. Great idea. I created that page because I knew I was going to be connecting people on phones. That page was made to work on a mobile device. That's where you got to be effective by creating your website to be viewable on all. Next, get a simple, easy domain name. First, you better own your own name.com. I own timgillette.com. In the beginning, I didn't because someone else had it. That's a whole nother story that I tell at my boot camp at Blog and VideoCon, and I tell the whole story about how I didn't own it, but I knew the guy who did, and I tell everybody how I got it and do it. Do not rely on tricky domain names. More than half of the people will not remember it and will not come to see it. Oh yeah, Tim, but I got all of this stuff on this, Bitly, blah, 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 Eli, or what is it? Align, or, Linktree. I got all my stuff on there. Great. Say it to someone audibly and see if they find it. I have it down to where everywhere I go, I can do it on here. I own domain names that are simple and easy to say to get people to go to the site I want them to go to. For instance, this program was available on simpleeasysuccess.com. Get it? Simpleeasysuccess.com. Most of you are never going to forget Simple Easy Success. Your name, if it's not easy to spell, you actually get the domain name and then you make fun to get people to actually remember how to spell it however way you do to get them to type it in. The point of a website is that you can't rely on everybody just clicking a button to get to it. You have to make it simple and easy to say so someone can pick up their cell phone, open up a browser, and type it in with their thumbs. If they can't, there's a percentage of people you are missing that are not going to come, and you do not have an asset in place. You have a liability. Excuse me a second. Next, create a website that connects and they will not forget you. If you look like a known celebrity, get the domain, not whatever that celebrity is.com. For instance, I got told I looked like Tom Petty when I had long hair. So I bought the domain name, nottompetty.com. That website is still up with that video onto it and everything. And I literally went to someplace the other day and I said that to someone, and they went to the website on their phone and went, "Oh my God, you did look like Tom Petty." I used it. I have a friend who looked like another celebrity, and she met me at something, and she said, "It's a good idea." She went home and bought the domain name, not whatever that celebrity's name was, and literally called me up and said, "I want you on my podcast now." Oh my God, that was so brilliant. I can't believe you told me to do that and everything. And I was on her podcast talking about the very same idea. People are going to remember especially if you look like the celebrity, they're going to remember it and not forget it. I used to have Not Tom Petty come up on the screen of my presentations as the end slide if I couldn't sell. And then I'd have a picture of myself come up and another picture of Tom Petty come up. And an arrow going, do I look like him or not? I don't know. But it got people to remember my website and type it in. They would go type it in. Curiosity makes them want to know, well, really, what is this website? Does he really have that domain name? And they will go type it in. Again, this is simple, easy success. You want simple, easy ways for them to get you, and you want to build the assets you got. You look like the celebrity. That's an asset. Use it to your advantage. Get other domain names that work with your brand and programs. Have those domain names point to back pages on your website for sales pages and opt-in pages. For me, Simple Easy Branding. I do a class on Simple Easy Branding, and I tell people all the time, you want more information on this? Go to simpleeasybranding.com. Hey, you want information on this? Go to simpleeasyevents.com. Hey, you want more information on this? Go to simpleeasyautomation.com. Simple Easy, whatever it is, because my brand is Simple Easy Marketing. I buy Simple Easy domain names, so Simple Easy is something else. And I get people to go there all the time. Everything around marketing, I use the word Simple Easy, and pretty much because it's my trademark, it's kind of hard for someone else to use it. Now, if you're going to get Simple Easy dog treats, I don't care because I'm not in the dog business. But anything around Simple Easy Marketing, boom, if you use it, I'm going to come shut you down. Because why? I use it. It's mine. Build it around your brand. Have your main website professionally designed to match the look of your brand. Again, we're creating assets. Have it look professional. I realize you can create it with your own theme and everything, but hire someone. I have a great web designer who I do a co-show with every Friday, Katrina Garcia, from KG Website Designs. She does my pages. She makes me look professional on the business page of what I look at. All the back pages are sales pages that I build from templates. But the main page is professionally designed to look professional so that when people come to that site, they see a professionally designed thing and they don't think you are a hack. Doesn't cost that much. I think Katrina can do it for maybe $2,000 or something like that. Spend it. Best investment you will spend is a couple $1,000s to have a professionally designed looking front pages on your website and blog. Next, build a membership site to go behind your website. Great asset to have. If you actually have the tools to build membership pages, ladies and gentlemen, you will be successful online in a heartbeat by having something they can go to and something you can sell it from. Next, have these pages help people get to know you and trust you faster. These are some pages, guys, that you should have on your website. A home page, a blog page, a products or services page, a contact page, and most importantly, have an about page. We do this whole segment at Blog and VideoCon every year about building one of the most unique About Me pages that will actually get people to really stay enthralled and read through it. Our About Me page is designed to help you read through it, want to read through it, not stop reading until you get to the end, and then it asks you to take action. So it has a call to action at the end. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you use your website to be an asset. Next, we're going to talk, and this is a little longer section, ladies and gentlemen, on assets. We've got quite a bit of stuff on assets, so it's going to be quite a bit to go through here. Next, email. Email, assets, and email. You ready for this? I'm going to teach you something using your email for assets. It's going to blow your mind. Oh, come on, baby. There we go. Do not have a Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, or general email as your business email. One of the lowest things I do is when I get somebody's card, and let's see if I have. I'm not going to use that card because it actually has stuff. I'm going to use this one here because you can't see who's on the other side of this, but I know who is. I get this card here, and you're a brand, you're trying to build a brand, and I look at your brand and whatever it is, let's just say your brand is like mine, Simple Easy Marketing, and it's simpleeasymarketing@gmail.com. Dude, I look at that right there and I go, bye. Not interested. Now, if your card is just the basics, like I'm going to show this one here right now. This is a real estate investor that I met last week, and I'm going to show, you know what I mean? Show someone, his name's Tim. So, all right, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to show his name's Tim. Tim actually, you know what I mean? He basically has just his name, what he does, his phone number, and an email address. He is not building a brand like I am on Simple Easy Success. He's just looking for, this is my information to get a hold of me. Simple, basic things, because that's all he needs. He doesn't need a brand card. So he can use that, all right? But if he actually had his own name.com and showed that, it would make him look so much more professional to anybody who picked up that business card. Have a domain name that matches your main domain name. Have a domain name that matches your main domain name. What do I mean by that? When it comes to your email, all right, it says frank@gmail.com. Instead, it should say frank@frankjohnsonmarketing.com. Tim@timgillette.com. Tim@timgillette.net. Whatever it is, it says your business name right after it. For me, my early on business was Rocker Life Coach, and it was tim@rockerlifecoach.com. That was, I don't even know if that email is even open or available anymore. I don't even use it, but I still own the domain name, so don't try it. Anyway, next, have an autoresponder or shopping cart system to be able to collect email addresses and sell products or services to your list. This is the number one thing people are trying to cheat in their business and not have. If you're going to build assets, all right, build assets. Yeah, Tim, I'm going to use the free version of whatever it is right now. I'm going to tell you right now, get a professional system set up to collect email addresses and have something come off your website. So they click a button, they get the form, they add their name and email address. This past week, 37 people joined my newsletter list. Didn't buy a product from me, didn't buy a service from me. No, they went off of timgillette.com. They clicked the button that said, get website tips here. They clicked it, add their name and email address, and it went right into my system. So now I have their name, their email address, and it tells me what country they live in, believe it or not, because of the tools I have. We personally have, we use Kartra right now, but we used to use one shopping cart. I know others who have used Kajabi, Infusionsoft, all right, and there's many others out there. I personally, Infusionsoft is now called Keep or something like that. Kajabi, the guy who created Kajabi created Kartra. Kartra, Kartra. So I misspelled that in the slide. But Kartra is the one we use now. I used to use one shopping cart, and I stopped using that at the end of 2020 and moved everything over to Kartra because everything now has success behind it, and I can make it all work together. Next, build a newsletter and consistent looking email communication to your community. I have a newsletter that comes out every Sunday morning. Every Sunday morning, there's a newsletter. If you're on my newsletter list, you actually get it every Sunday morning. It comes out at like 5 a.m. It is not really ever selling anything. It's kind of just, giving you a growth concept for the week. All right. And then reminding you of the details of what we've got going on that week. So I at the end of it, it's kind of announces, the podcast is Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. My guest on Tuesday is going to be, my guest on Thursday is going to be, my guest on Friday is going to be. And then if I'm hosting an event that weekend, by the way, we have our masterclass. If you're in my program, all right, and we're having our live event. If you're in our live event, I put it all in the announcements at the bottom of it. But I tell a whole great story that gets people to go in a mindset of success every Sunday morning. It is in their inbox when they wake up. Next class is, this is the last one in assets. Your wisdom, knowledge, and experience. Kind of shared this kind of a little bit in the beginning about getting things that you have. You can be very wise and not have income yet. You have wisdom, you have knowledge, and you have experience. This is an asset that you have that someone else doesn't. Well, Tim, I don't have any assets like that. Yeah, you do. You ready? I'm going to show you that you do. We all know something that we did not know at one point. We all know something that we did not know at one point. We learned it. Did you know that there's somebody else out there who is trying to learn that right now? You easily could be the mentor that leads them to the step you are on. Why are you not trying to help them get to the step that you are on? That is where the process gets better. That's the wisdom and knowledge you have that you can sell. The information. Yeah, Tim, but I don't sound as good as. I get it. Again, I sat across the table from a guy named Zig Ziglar telling me to do what I am doing right now. I didn't believe it. Didn't believe him because I looked at him and said, nah, man, I'm not like you. I can't do that. But I slowly realized I had knowledge and wisdom in certain areas, and all I had to do was share my knowledge and wisdom with those who needed it and help them out. If you didn't know it, others don't know it yet. And you do. This is a big asset that you have to work your knowledge. Next, I want you to take it, put a story behind it. We all have a story. We all have a past, things that we can use as an asset to help others and build your brand. Once you learn what that story is and you're actually out there putting action into it and sharing it with others, you will see success come in ways that you've never seen it come before. By sharing your story about how you got there. Your story is your largest asset. You need to be using it to your advantage. Here's the biggest key to make your assets work. I'm looking for the newest, greatest, blah, 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 whatever it is. There is nothing new under the sun. But you have a different way than most anyone else, and you have a way to help others with your story and experience that will work for them as opposed to someone else. You know, as I close this section out, I have some clients that are in my programs. They're in my mastermind and my inner circle program who came from many other great coaches. Some of them went through mentors and coaches that I haven't hired or worked with, but I know who they are. They have coaches that I've gained wisdom from. Some of them are from coaches and mentors that are big names. If I named off the big names, it would blow your mind. But they came to my program, and my program is what helped them. But there's a flip side to that, ladies and gentlemen. There's people who came through my program and went, man, I don't get this. I'm out. Bye. And walked away. Your story, your experiences on how to help people in certain situations is going to help you help the people who need it most. Some are going to get you and some aren't. Until you go out and find out who they are, you're never going to reach success and know what assets you really do have. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of section number, I don't even know what section we're on. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the next section here in a couple of minutes. I'm going to take a quick potty break and come back. And the next section probably will not be a little bit as long. But anyway, that one there was one of our longer sections. I'll see you back here in a little bit. Hey, everybody, I'm back. Tim Gillette here with the Simple, Easy Success System we're teaching today. Today's Simple, Easy virtual event is a little different than what you normally see from our virtual events. Normally, we have 5 speakers who come in to share with you on various topics that we pick for that month. This month, we decided to take a break. I've had quite a few things happening in our world that I just had to go, you know what? I need to take a break from it. So I'm going to do this in a way that helps you succeed. All right. Today's program is being broadcast and kind of recorded, so is not you're not seeing this actually live, but you're actually seeing a recording of it. And what it is we've broken down the Simple Easy Success program for you to actually find success in your business. Now, if today's program is interesting to you, all right, and you're finding different things about us, and you want to say, hey, man, Tim, I want to tell other people about what you do, you can actually go to join our affiliate program at timgillette.com/affiliates and become affiliate. You can actually share people this event out. And when you do that, you share the $20 ticket or $20 membership, you get 5 of the $20. The $97 ticket, I think you get $40 of it. I don't know, it might be $35, $40 of it. But you get paid to invite people to come attend our events. The next thing we have out there is if you see this program today and you go, man, Tim, I really like what you do. I want to take this to the next level. Here's what you can do. We have a program called our Inner Circle program. Consider joining the Inner Circle program. It's timgillette.com/inner circle. What that program is it's a 1-year program. In other words, it's not a month by month. It is a 1-year program. You must commit to 1 year in the program. Here's what we're going to do for you in 1 year. We're going to help you by coming in and doing a 5-hour, 1-day planning session for your business for the year. And we're going to outline from where you are to where you want to go. I'll give you an action plan to go do it. You come here to Dallas offices. You've got to fly to our Dallas office if you don't live in Dallas and be here live and in person. This is not a virtual thing. We do take it away from the internet for the day and away all distractions because we want you to set a plan to be successful to help you reach your goals this year. Secondly, we have in that program, we do 2 Mastermind Retreats a year where all the Mastermind members from all over the country come here to Dallas area. We sit in a room. We actually, take our phones and stuff off, and we actually go in and help each other with our businesses. People stand up, go, I got this problem, and everybody chips in to fix the problem. All right. We generally have, 10 to 20 people in the room for that. I generally bring in a bonus speaker to do a mastermind or do what we call an advanced session training of someone I know, as well as we do a couple of trainings, and some of our mastermind members actually use it as time to practice to speak. So if you want to do speaking about your business, our mastermind gives you the opportunity to do that. Everybody within 2 years, everybody pretty much is cycled through to do one of the speaking events to learn how to speak at our Mastermind Retreat. The next thing we have in that is we have group coaching calls on Mondays and Wednesdays that you can be in. All right. Come in and meet the group on Mondays. It's a coaching session. I need coaching. I'm here to help. Or B, I'm here to help those and coach those who need help. On Wednesdays, it's a hangouts and hot seats type idea. On Wednesdays, we actually go through and solve business problems, and then we just kind of hang out and let everybody know what we're up to. That is part of the program. You have a portal of all of our information, a portal where you're VIP for all of this for life, as well as, other connections and programs that we have. You have in the Inner Circle program, you have access to all of my programs. You can get any one of my programs. All right. And we give that access out to the Inner Circle members. The Inner Circle program is $5,000 to join for the first year, or $497 down and $497 a month. You can go to timgillette.com /inner circle to find out more. But that's not all. There's more. If you're in the Inner Circle and you stay into it, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, and beyond, it goes down from year 2 to $4,000, $397 a month. Year 3, $3,000. Year 4, $2,000. Year 1 or year 5, $1,000. It goes down in price as we go through. All right, different things go away. Not everything is included. Year 4 and 5 and beyond, not everything is included into it, but you can get that for a discount price. So, anyway, if you're interested, or if you think this is something for you, you're ready to take your business to another level, go to timgillette.com /inner circle to find out more. With that, we're going to go back into our next set of trainings. All right, stay tuned as we get started with that. Hey guys, I'm Tim Gillette, and welcome back to our next section in the simple, easy success system. This section here is now part of the 2 of the simple, easy success system. Part 2 is our actual system. Again, assets plus system plus discipline equals success. Part 2 in that formula is you need a system. Part 2 to make the formula work is you need a system. All right, I'm going to do this one more time and start this over. Boom. Hey guys, Tim Gillette. We're back here with another thing of the simple, easy success system. Part 2 in the formula is system. Simple, easy success formula. System plus assets plus system plus discipline equals success. This here is part 2 in that formula of having your system. Let me ask you this. Have you found a system that works for you yet? Have you? Have you found a system that works for you? You know, one of the things we actually talk about in our Inner Circle program is actually get people to design their own system. Screw how much you think my system works. What's your system? You've got to find a system that works for you. Most people out there can find someone else's system and plug into it for a little bit of time, and it will get them a little bit more success. But sooner or later, that system's going to fail them. Why? Because you're not me. I learned very early on that I'm not Zig Ziglar. I'm Tim Gillette. And I had to build a system that worked for Tim Gillette, not for Zig Ziglar. Now, don't get me wrong. Zig Ziglar's system got me a lot of steps down the road to success. But eventually, to have ultimate success, I had to make my own system. So let's go. Simple, easy systems. Take the worries out of taking care of your customers, employees, and anything else that troubles you. You got to take the worries out. You got to have a system to make things work. That being said, number 1, become a student of other people's systems. Learn from others. How did they do it? And think about how you can use that idea to create your own system. You know, what I'm really excited about the simple, easy success formula that I'm teaching here today in this program is that some of you are going to take this system and you know what? You're going to add another piece to the formula and call it your system. And that's what's going to be so cool because you are going to become an even further success. But this system is going to give you the stepping stone because you were a student of this, learned this, dove into this, and became successful at this, and then added a step or 2. Maybe put a step or 2 in between each step. And that is going to make you succeed far more than if you just followed my system, all right, and plateaued at a certain place of success. To be successful in a system, you have to become a student of other systems, learn from them, and then always think about reinventing the wheel and how you can make it work for you. The system that you use is not about you and your product. When it comes to building your business, all right, the system you use to be successful is how you use to be successful. You learn it from someone else. But when you teach other people and you want to create a system to be successful in your business, it's not about you. It's not about your product. It's about your client or prospect and how to solve their problems. You have to learn to solve the problems of other people. Give them solutions. When you can solve the problems of other people, all right, and do what they need to be successful, you will learn to build systems that will be higher success than if you built something to make yourself successful. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to teach you in our Inner Circle program on how to build a flow for your system that works at your optimal pace, doing your optimal performance. But it's all going to be based on how do you take care of your customers and clients? What do they want? What do they need? All right. And by taking your strong points, servicing their needs, you're going to become successful. That's what our Inner Circle program is all about. Did I get that right? All right. Yeah. Make the system simple and easy for your clients and prospects to use to solve their problems. So often everybody comes to me, well, simple, easy success or simple, easy marketing. That means you're going to teach me how to do it. What's the quickest, easiest way to do it? No, I'm not. I'm going to teach you how to work at your optimal simple, easy success to create simple, easy marketings so that your customers and clients have a simple and easy process to connect with you, get to know you, and buy from you faster. It's about them. Get their flow to come into you faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. And you know what? You'll become successful because it's not about you. It's about them. Here's the next thing I want to tell you guys is do not base a system on shortcuts, cheats, hacks. All those people that are teaching that, all right, are going to hack, cheat, all right, or give you shortcuts that'll work temporarily. But then you'll be back to searching for another hack, cheat, or shortcut to continue success. Instead, break down a good system. Break down a really great system that works, that may have a lot of work to it. Break it into smaller steps, all right, to make it down step by step so that you can explain what you do to a third grader one step at a time. One of the biggest things that we have going for us, all right, at Simple Easy Marketing is we have a podcast, my Tim Gillette Show podcast. And a lot of people I get to sign up to actually become guests on the show. I don't know them. I go from stranger that I've never met to getting them on screen for the first time without talking to them. So that when I'm on screen for the first time talking to them, I am wowed by everything they tell me. To get them there, how do I get people there without ever talking to them first? I have a step-by-step process that walks them through one step at a time to get them just the next step to do, the next step to do, the next step to do. So that they show up on camera with me, all right, and have been guided there one step at a time, not having to worry about it, because I put a video out right after they sign up that says, hey, by the way, this is the process. This is how it works. So you know, you're going to be getting an email that does this, an email that tells you this, an email that tells you this, an email that says here, an email here. And then basically it's going to say, here's the link, join me. And wow, we're on camera together. I took the idea down and broke it down one step at a time because I was like, how do I do this so that I get to meet people and have that wow effect when I'm on camera with them and they tell me something about their lives that blows my mind. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you actually build your systems. Stop working on shortcuts, success, hacks to become successful and start building on real success. I know some of you are sitting there still looking like I was sitting at a table, looking across that table at Zig Ziglar, going, man, to me, Zig Ziglar, he was a friend. I knew him personally, but in the speaking world, he was a god. I couldn't be at God status. He had years experience on me. But Zig gave me steps, one step at a time, told me, go do this, go do this, go do this. And you know what? I'm never going to be Zig Ziglar, but I've got a system down that makes me, in my world, more successful than Zig Ziglar. In Zig's world, I'm not successful, but in Tim's world, I'm more successful because I learned from Zig that day to be myself and take it a step at a time. Make it so easy, a third grader can understand it. You know, one of the greatest things I've actually taught people in marketing is make it so easy, a third grader can understand it. 5, use your assets to build a system. As you get new assets, improve your system and the process to make it better. You know, how many people have come to me over the years and asked me about my system? What's the, I love this always, you know what I mean? We teach this in the inner circle all the time. What's the app for that? What's your system? Well, I don't have a system. I need an app for it. No, you don't need an app for it yet. You don't need whatever trinkets out there in the world. You need a system down. You build the system, then you find the tools to make the system work. When you get assets in your life, you take that asset and you find more improved tools, more improved systems, and you grow it. Most people will never use the assets they have. They will take the assets and they will consume them upon themselves and never have them to make more assets for them. It's like the farmer. The farmer goes to the feed store and he gets corn seeds so he can plant corns in his field. He comes home and he looks at that corn seed and he goes, you know what? Looks pretty good. Let's just ground that up and make a cornmeal out of it and let's eat that. The problem is it's 1/10 of what he could have had in corn. It's good, tasted good, right? But it's 1/10 of what he had. But instead, he takes that corn seeds, He plants it in a huge field. And he turns that one bag into a field with hundreds of corn. Now he has more assets, corn. Takes the corn, brings it in, has enough for his family, but has extra. So he sells it to the local market and takes his asset and makes his system better. That's what you do in building a system. Number 6, there is no perfect system out there. No matter how much you're trying to perfect or make it right or make it all work together, get started with your system for helping others. Adjust it and improve as you find the problems with it. Guys, I can't tell you how many times people have come to our Inner Circle program and they keep trying to get everything right before they launch. My biggest thing on launching is create a product, create a shopping cart, create a website to sell it, and start selling it. But Tim, I got to have the 16 emails to go with it. Tim, I got to have this plug. And Tim, I got to have this thing work with it. Tim, I got to have... No, start. Start with the basics and get going. If you haven't figured out what your basics are, then what you need to do, all right, is getting something like this, like our Inner Circle program, where actually someone can actually give you the basics. Go put this website up, put this thank you page up, and get an email list going and a shopping cart to charge them. Start creating content, lead them over to the product page. That's all you do. No system is ever going to be perfect, so just get started and perfect your system as you go. Even your perfected system, you're going to find ways to redo it once it's perfected. Number 7, the best systems are the ones that you lived and learned from. Your experience is the greatest gift to help others succeed. Can I repeat that? The best systems in life are the ones that you lived and learned from. Your experience is the greatest gift that you have been given to help others succeed. So many of you out there right now are just trying to, you know what I mean? Well, I got to plug into this system and go teach it. And let me tell you, there's some people out there who have great systems and they're empowering some great teachers to teach that system. There's no passion behind it because there's no experience behind it unless that system helped you. And then if you're not a creative type, you just teach their system and they pay you a commission for teaching their system. But the truth is that system's in place and that system's so great because someone else created it because they lived it and learned from it. Those people who are just out there winging and throwing systems out like they're cards at a card table are the ones that are failing time and time again because they've never taken anything they've lived and learned from it. Your biggest mistake is your biggest asset. That time you fell on your face and went broke and lost everything, believe me, there's a lesson in that you can teach other people that they can learn. And believe it or not, some of them will pay you big time to learn so they don't make that same mistake. Imagine that. A mistake that cost you $1 million and you make 50 million telling others how not to make the same mistake. That's a pretty profitable mistake if you ask me. Just saying. Use other systems and tweak them. Adjust them to make them your own once you have used them to build success in your life. So in other words, I can go with, just for instance, my coach and my mentor has been over the years, has been a guy named Craig Duswalt. And he had this rockstar system for success that basically I put that system into success, his system into action in my life. And I followed it and followed it and followed it. And eventually I tweaked it. One of the systems that started me when I started my very rocker life coach thing was a system that I've been doing in my own life that I found from others. I found 2 steps from others. This system that you are actually seeing is 2 parts that I learned from someone else in the 1980s, put into action in my own life and was able to carry it on. And then I tweaked it some when I realized with the missing piece that made it successful for me. I tweaked it and now I share it everywhere. If you cannot create your own system, then become a marketer of other systems and become an affiliate selling the program. You know, there's a great lady out there who's teaching this great sales system out there. And right now I'm seeing a lot of people empowered to go out and teach her system because it is great and it works. And the people who are learning from it and implementing it into their own lives and their own sales systems, are going, wow, this works. And then they go back and go, well, hey, can I add that to my business? And she's like, sure, here's the ploy that you can buy in as associate and sell it for me. And people get in and sell it. So they sell the system she created. They get, for every dollar they make, they get, I don't know, 30, 50, 40 cents, whatever it is, off of every dollar. So now she created the system one time. She has others teaching and selling the system, and she's making even more money because she's not doing a lot more effort. Other people are doing it. Well, if you have to start out that way by selling someone else's system, that's great. Eventually, we want you to actually learn from it, create your own system, and get others to sell it for you. There's more to come on that. Number 10, no matter what happens with your system, always keep working to make it work. Always keep working to make it work. Because I started out with very basics, as I'm going to go through in a minute. I'm going to go through my content creation system. But I started with the basics. 1, 2, 3, did that, go. Started with the, teaching. I was always teaching, and I was always asked to present on something. And someone just, I remember someone the first time they said to me, well, Tim, what can you guarantee me? I created a thing called the 4 guarantees of life. Well, Tim, what's the fastest way to be successful in blogging? Great. I'm going to teach you that here in a minute. But I created this. I just wrote it down. Do step 1, step 2, step 3. Go, okay, let's start there. And I made step 4, step 5, things like that. I added onto it. I always kept working the system and always kept improving it. With that, I'm going to teach you guys the content creation system. My simple, easy content creation system. You ready for this? Number 1, get started. I don't care what it is, guys. Get started. So often people are out there going, well, I've got to A, B, C, D, E, F, G. No, just get started. Do something today. If you are listening to this section in the course today, I want you to do something. Go to our Simple Easy Challenges and do a Facebook post or a Facebook Live or take our blogging challenge, create a blog post. Do something. Get started. Number 2, create content. Create content. I am always creating content. All right. I know some of you, I don't have the camera on, but so I've got 16 different papers of content ideas. I write down on a yellow sheet and I then take it, put it into a PowerPoint. I take the PowerPoint and put it into a workbook. I put the workbook out, put the PowerPoint out, and I teach onto it. It's content. I create content. Well, what do you do when you create the content? Then you market the content. You market the content so that you can actually do this next step, and that is build community. See, content's great, all right? Getting people to take action and buy from you is not always going to work right from content. Sometimes you have to build a community. If you want true wealth, you're going to take your content, build a community with it. People who are going to learn more in that community, they're studying that very concept. I am in a community with a guy named John Limbacher. John Limbacher has this ACT program, and he talks about it all the time, and it's about creating your online content, but it bases down on the concept of, getting traffic to your sites, getting sales from your traffic, all right, the whole concept. He has a community of people. We meet every Thursday. We talk about what we're going through, all right, and we're part of a community. We learn from each other. He built this community over the years. Very successful at all these other things he does, but one thing he did was great was build a community. Why do you want to build a community? You ready for this? Once you have a community, now you can monetize the community. Now you monetize the community. So often people just want to create content and sell. This was the very first things that we created, was this 4-part: get started, create content, build community, monetize community. Now we have get started, create content, market your content, build community, monetize community, give back to community. We keep adding to the process. Why? Because the process keeps growing. Some people got to come and they got to do the first part. They got to get started. So do an awful lot of content on just get started. Once they get started, they work better. Once they get going, they create more content. Once they create more content, they build a better community. Then they create content for their community, and that community grows and grows and grows and grows, and then they monetize the community and make money by helping the community get more. That's it. That, ladies and gentlemen, comes to the end of our section on building a system. Now, Next section we're going to have, all right, is actually talking about the very concept of discipline. Discipline. I know some of you are like, I don't want to be disciplined. No, you're going to make me work. It's all right. Come back and find out how to learn discipline in our next section. In the meantime, guys, I'll be back real soon with the next. So guys, it's Tim Gillette, and I'm going to go take a break real quick. All right, we're going to put the next, while we get the next slide up, and I will get this taught up for you guys, and we'll actually have this down for you in a matter of minutes. So take a quick break, go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back in a quick shake of the lambs. Hey guys, Tim Gillette, and we're back here with another section in this month, the month of October, our Simple Easy Marketing Summits. Simple Easy Virtual Summits are designed to actually come in every month with 5 training topics from different guest speakers, as well as a topic from me on a certain subject. You're here this month on an actual special recording of sections that I am doing of the Simple Easy Success System. Now, I know you're looking at this going, oh man, yeah, but Tim, this is just different. Not worried about how many people are showing up live on our events. We don't worry about that all the time because we actually have this recorded for you so that you could actually learn from our system, even if you don't have the time to sit and watch it live. We have a recorded section. If you're not already in, go into the portal and look at it and study it to learn how you can go back through all the previous events. Even if you're new, you can go look at our very first one from May of 2020. When we started doing these to help you with success. Now, tune in every month because every month we have 5 different speakers. Next month, we will not be having a virtual one because we have a live event held in Dallas, our first live event since the beginning of the pandemic. So hopefully, if you have a ticket to attend it, all right, that is a special extra ticket. If you don't have one, all right, go into blogandvideocon.com, get you a ticket to attend, and come join us here in Dallas on November 5th and 6th, all right, at our next event. Blog and Video Con. Going to be a very unique event because we're going to do one day of masterminding, asking you what you need help from, and the speakers are all going to pay attention to it. We're going to take the things out of what we were going to teach you and only teach you what you asked for. Imagine that, an actual summit that teaches you what you ask for. You come in and say, hey, help me with this, and then the speakers come to the stage and go, okay, go do this. That's what we're going to do with Blog and Video Con. I hope you can join us. It's November 5th and 6th, all right, in Dallas, Texas, blogandvideocon.com. Go there, all right? If you've not looked at our Simple Easy Success program, you're kind of enjoying the recordings we're doing today, go check out our Mastermind or Inner Circle program. It's timgillette.com/inner circle. That's timgillette.com/inner circle. to check that program out. Join us for a 1-year program to help you implement the things you're learning today, as well as everything you do in these programs that you see on a monthly basis, and become successful over the next 12 months in your business. Now, I personally have done this before and believe I can turn any business around in 90 days if you do what I tell you to do. If you want to find out whether we can help you or not, go to that thing and find out if our program is right for you. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to make you $1 million in 90 days, but I will turn it around and become a successful, profitable business within 90 days. But you have to do what we say to do to make that happen. I'm Tim Gillette. Stay tuned and enjoy the rest of today's presentations on the Simple, Easy Success program. Hey guys, Tim Gillette back here for the next section on discipline in the Simple, Easy Success formula. I know this is the section you don't want to listen to. I don't want discipline, Tim. I just want to actually do this. Tell me how to do the system. Well, a system will never work if you're not disciplined to follow the system. Discipline to follow the system is the number one reason why people fail. They do not discipline themselves to follow the system. Simple, Easy Success formula, part 3 is discipline. Let me ask you this. What keeps you working when you do not feel like working? What? The system. No, it doesn't. I can have the greatest system in the world, but if I am not disciplined to follow that system, all right, when I don't feel like working, the system's going to stop. The operation is going to stop at some point, and sooner or later, it's going to result in products not getting made, orders not getting filled, and money not coming in. Discipline to follow the system is what keeps it going. What made Henry Ford's assembly line successful? He had people working that line all the time so that, in the beginning, parts came in, and at the end, a car came out. No matter what it is in your business, if you're not disciplined to go in and work it like you work your job, you're never going to be successful in business. You're never going to be successful at anything you do if you can't discipline yourself to go do the work. Simple, easy discipline. The ability to keep on the path, do the work, and keep the course until the job is done. Some of you have never decided what is the definition of the job is done. So you're working and you're working and you're working and you're working, you're working, working, working. And you know what? I mean, man, it's just not working. Why? Because you need to define what is done. Discipline is simply creating a task, follow the task until job is done, check it off. I love creating. One of the things I do in my business is I create an operations manual, which basically has each day of the week broken down into tasks I have to do that day. My discipline is when I get up every morning, I have a list of like 10 to 15 things that I have to do every day on that specific day. For instance, even on Sunday, I have a checklist. Let me see if I can go find it. I'm going to open it up here on my outside the computer here. I'm actually looking at it, and I'm going to open it up. Flip back to Sunday. I have 4 things to do on my list on Sunday. Reply to all who hit the respond button on newsletter. Daily relax. Help with household tasks. Post a daily question to my Facebook group, and review my schedule and appointments for the week. Those 4 things I do on Sunday. Monday, I have 7 business tasks and 4 personal tasks. One of my personal tasks is I got to empty all the garbage in all the house. I work from home, and I try to take breaks every 15 minutes out of every hour. So I work an hour, I take a 15-minute break and walk away. In that 15-minute break doesn't mean I'm just going out and just lounging down in a chair and relaxing. No. I take and walk out of my office. I go downstairs. I grab a trash bag. We'll go through the house, grab all the trash, and I walk it out to the trash. And then I'll walk around, maybe I'll walk around the block once and come back and get back in and go back to work. That's discipline to be able to make that work. So let's go through this. I think I have a total of like 14 or 15 different things to help you become successful and discipline yourself. Number 1, your system that keeps you on track to be successful. You got to have a system to keep you on track to be successful at what you want to be successful at. Not what I want you to do. Now I can be a great, accountability coach if you're if you're in my platinum programs and you decide, hey man, I want somebody to keep accountable. So you get on the phone with me once a week and I go, did you do it? Did you do task A? Did you do task B? I'm part of 3 different masterminds, and one of the masterminds I have every week, we get in there. Did you accomplish your goals that you set what goal did you set last week, and did you accomplish it? It's part of the program. It keeps me on task and discipline. Now, they don't come over and beat me with a hose if I don't reach my goal. I simply go, no. And they go, okay, so I guess that's your goal for next week. I'm not allowed to set a new goal because I didn't accomplish that goal. And the group says, you're going to accomplish it next week, right? If I come back after second or third week and I have not accomplished the one goal, they kind of say, Tim, they stop and go, Tim, is this group for you anymore? In other words, if you want to stay in the group, you're going to accomplish your goals. If you're not going to accomplish your goals, we're not going to let you in. We're going to remove you from our group because we want people in here taking action. You have to do things that keep you successful and keep you on track. Number 2, build your system or path first and then find the tools to make it work. Instead of, hey, what app works for that? And trying to get the app to work to build your system. It will never work by building the tools first. You've got to build a system first and you find the tools to make the system work. That's how discipline works. Number 3, define your purpose, mission, and dreams to be able to build your system. I personally have a mission of everything I do in my company is designed to make this happen. My mission, to create 10,000 people who become content creators. They create blogs, they create podcasts, they create live stream shows, they create video forms. I want them to take that and build an audience of 10,000 people. Once they build the audience of 10,000 people, a community, then we take that community and we monetize it so that it makes $10,000 a month. That's my purpose. That's my mission. That drives me as to why I'm speaking at someone's event. If I go to that event and there's nobody there to make content creators, I'm not going to that event. It doesn't work. If I'm going to that event and there's content creators into it, do they have a following of 10,000 people? I'm going to go help them get 10,000 people to follow them. If they have 10,000 people, are they making $10,000 a month? So I go to that group, and that group I'm speaking at has 10,000 followers, but they're not making $10,000 a month. So now I change my speech to help them make $10,000 a month. Again, each one of them is a step in a process, and it is my mission to help that happen. Everything I do is helping people reach one of those 3 plateaus. Number 4, if you're not, get a coach or a mentor to help you get to where you want to be. I am actually right now in one of my businesses I realize I'm at the peak of learning in that business, and the business is peaked at what it can do with what's in it. So I am taking a chunk of money out of the profit from that business to invest in a mentor to help grow that business. Yes, we love having people who grow more than one business. We are growing. Between my wife and I are right, because she works for a company that's growing a company that she works for. I'm growing 2 different companies that are ours, and she's helping in one of them. So between the 2 of us, we're growing 3 companies right now. We need coaches and mentors. We need people to walk us through things we don't know. If we can't keep on track, can't keep disciplined for it, we actually need to find people who will keep us on track. We're not going to grow company 3 and maybe someday create company 4 if we don't keep on track. Hire a coach or mentor. Number 5, join a mastermind of like-minded people who are doing what you want to do. Guys, I'm in masterminds. I'm in several masterminds and several groups. I learned so much from some of those masterminds. And I've been in masterminds where I joined the mastermind. I was there for a year. And I said, okay, this one's not as profitable. And I moved on. I got another one. But guys, you're not going to know unless you join it. Many masterminds out there you can join for a couple $1,000s a year and go check them out. I'm going to tell you right now, $4,000 a year or $5,000 a year to check out a mastermind. I'm all in. That's easy money. It's the masterminds. I got a mastermind out there I'd love to join right now, but it's just not in my wheelhouse of where I'm at. When I get there, I'm joining it. It's more than my coaching, more than I pay my coaches every year. But I'm going to join it one day. Why? Because the people who are in that program have moved to a new level and they have a higher level of discipline than I have. And I want to join the higher level of discipline. When I'm ready there, those are the group of people I'm joining and working with. Number 6, Get yourself organized. Some of the people out there who are trying to build businesses, all right, and build systems, they're not organized. Are you organized? I go to a function, all right, I am organized. I can walk into that function without carrying my briefcase, without carrying my notepad, without having, and have nothing but my phone in my pocket, and I can walk around and meet people with no business cards, and I have a system down and organized. Someone gives me a business card, I have a pocket that I know I'm putting it in, depending on what they gave me. If they gave me a business card, all right, and it's somebody that I asked for their business card, it goes in my left pocket on my jacket. If there's somebody who walked up to me and go, "Hi, I'm Frank, here's my business card," I put that in my right rear back pocket. I have a system. I'm organized down to the point so that when I get home, I know which cards out of which pockets are what people. Because I could go to an event with 300 people and possibly meet 25 different people, and I'm not in my head going to remember them all, and I'm not going to take a pencil out and write, okay, your name was Joe, and Joe has a business helping people get on TV. And no, all I need is the cards. The cards tell me what I'm supposed to do when I get home with the cards, and I have an organized system to get there. Number 7, build checklists to help you keep on track. I have a checklist for my podcast. I have a checklist for my daily task. I have a checklist for this event that I'm doing. I have a checklist for creating programs. Everything I do, I put into a checklist, all right, because I learned that checklist will keep me on track and help me do the next one. Number 8, automation and outsource those things you are not good at. Automation. So I'm always testing automation tools to see if they work with my business, if they'll take a task off my plate. Everybody's out there selling all this. Well, this is a fancy tool. Buy tool XYZ and it can do ABC for you. And I go try it out. If it doesn't do ABC the way I'm used to having things work, I get rid of tool because I don't need it. It did not save me time. It frustrated time. I automate with tools, things that I can automate and keep it going the way I like to make it flow and the way it keeps me successful. I outsource things to people who can do the job better than me and faster than me. If they can save me time or money, I'm in. Number 9, create daily, weekly, and monthly habits to keep yourself on track. Most of us will not create habits that will create success. I create the habits that will create my success, and by following the habits, it gets me to do things. Some of you won't look at this or consider this to be a habit. I get up every morning and I make my freaking bed. Doesn't matter what the day's going to hold. I start by making my bed. It's a habit. I go have a cup of coffee. I sit at Starbucks with my mom. I used to sit at Starbucks by myself and have my cup of coffee and meditate. Now I go have coffee with my mom. It starts my day out. Habits. Create them. Learn to implement them in your life. Number 10. Always be real with yourself about your process, where you are, and be real with where you're at. Guys, this is the biggest thing that people fail in discipline, is they're trying to tell themselves that they're driving a Ferrari when they're really driving a Toyota Corolla. Be real with where you're at to be disciplined. You're not going to get out of the Toyota Corolla and get into the Ferrari if you don't be real with it. If you're building habits when you're over here in $1 million business, but your business is only a $10 business, you're not going to do it. $1 million habits will get you to be a $1 million business. However, believing you're in $1 million business when you only have $10 in there, you will spend more money than you don't need. Be real with yourself. Quit spending hundreds of dollars on tools and trinkets and stuff online because everybody thinks they're the hottest trend that day if they're not going to keep you disciplined and make your system work. Remember, system, then discipline. Number 11, keep an eye on your stats, but don't be married to watching them. Use them as a tool to adjust. For instance, ladies and gentlemen, I actually run Facebook ads every now and then for a reason. I run the Facebook ads to try to get 100 people to watch a video. I'm not running the ad to try to get, I got to get 1 million people so I can sell. No, I'm running it for 1 million people or for 100 people because I want to see the stats of 100 people. And then I make my adjustments and then rerun it. But then when I rerun it, I'm not watching the stats every second of the day to see what's going on. I'm looking at the numbers coming in. If the numbers stop flowing into the end result, I then go back and review the process and adjust it. But I do the pre-test, adjust, set it up, and only review if it's not working. I don't get married to it. I don't sit there and study every result, every app, and I don't have to have every little, every little statistics thing out there for my website, my funnels, and all that stuff. No, I don't. I have them there. I build the system. I let the system work. If the system stopped working, I go in and adjust again. And then I look at the numbers to figure out where it stopped and fix it. Don't watch them all day long. I got stuff to do. I got a business to build. I don't have time to sit and look at numbers pop up and down on a computer. Number 12, keep books and stay profitable. Keep your books and stay profitable. I've got this great guy who's in my mastermind, a great connector to me. His name is Joe DeChara. He's my accountant. All right. I do Joe every month. I send my stuff over to him. He keeps it in a book record. All right. And keeps track of it. Knows what's in my bank account and everything like that, so that when tax time comes, he can go to do it. I can review what Joe gives me at the end of every year and go, okay, did I make a profit? Nope, you lost money last year, Tim. How do you fix that? Adjust, make it profitable. Number 13, take breaks to not overwhelm yourself by working all the time. Now, I'm actually recording this program. Excuse me. I'm recording this program as part of an event that I was doing, and I'm doing the recording today. And rather than going straight through and doing all the 7 recordings onto it, I'm actually take it and I take a 5-minute break and walk away, and then I come back. So I don't overwhelm myself. I can be able to get it out, and I actually will have it out and be done with it just in time. All right, that I can go do the rest of the stuff with my day instead of sitting down and recording it. Oh my God, I got to record this today. No, I set it up to do it all in one day. I record it over the weekend. I invite people to the event while I'm doing it. Some of you are listening to it live. Some of you are listening to the recording. But we recorded it at a live virtual event, so people can attend it and watch. Well, in between each section, we pulled the thing down, put a little break thing up and said, everybody go take a break, go to the potty real quick, and then come back. And that's how we did the session. We believe in taking breaks because it makes you more effective when you come back and go to work. Number 14, no matter what happens, stay positive and stay focused. No matter what happens, stay positive and stay focused. Ladies and gentlemen, there are so many people out there who life is going to throw you a shitstorm. It's just going to be crap on crap on crap on crap. No matter what happens, stay focused. Stay positive. My coach is the king of this. I've watched this man hit so many bad, weird things and stuff like that, and bam, it doesn't knock him out. Why? Because he stays focused, stays positive into it. Doesn't mean negative things don't happen, but he stays positive into it. He finds a positive way to keep onto it and keep smiling. Doesn't mean in his private life he doesn't stop and cry, but he's positive. Stay focused on the task at hand, and you will keep working. Number 15, become a reader and student of life. One of the things I have in my office next to me is 5 different books that I've probably reread 5 times or 5. One of them I've read 15 million times. I'm a student of life. I want to learn things, but I want to take things that I learned from and repeat. Put it back in. Do it again. Become a reader and become a student of life. Discipline, ladies and gentlemen, is very important to you. You have to learn to do it, all right, and learn to do it in a way that actually makes you more effective, more successful, and builds more assets for you. Assets plus system plus discipline will equal success. And that would be the end of that section. So the next section that we're going to do is we're going to be talking about there we go. We're going to be talking about our next session. Our final section will be about giving. I'll see you over there, guys. Hey guys, we're going to take a quick break. All right. All right. During this break time, go ahead and get yourself a little bit of a drink or something like that. Take a potty break, and we'll be back here in about 5 minutes with our last section of the day on giving. So I'll see you back here in a couple minutes, guys. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be in for our final section today. All right. I hope you've stayed with us or watched through this whole program and have gotten a lot from it. All right. The final section is going to be taught here. But before we do that, I want to tell you, if the Simple Easy Success systems are for you, Simple Easy Success, this program is going to be broken down, put into a separate program to sell, but it is going to be available for you in the actual portal underneath the October event of this year. So you'll be able to see it there. All right. You'll be able to see it in its whole form. All right. And see it. So you've gotten a taste of what some of the programs are that we do. In the future, we'll be doing a couple more of these, but not sure how we're going to record them. We may use this format, this idea to do it, and we may just record them on the side. I like doing them this way because I do it all in one day, and I'm able to share with you. If you've gotten something from our programs and you actually would love to go, hey, man, I love attending these virtual events, and I want to tell everybody else about it. Well, great. We have an affiliate program. Go to timgillette.com/affiliate and get paid to refer people to come over here. If you simply, all right, have gotten some, all right, and you just want to tell people, we would love it if you recorded, all right, a video recording of yourself telling about what you got from the program. Number one, in an online recording to do a testimonial, always. Number one, tell your name, tell your website, and then say, I got this from attending Simple Easy Success Summit. Give it out in 2 short points and recap and say, by the way, thank you again. I'm Tim, on your name. I'm Tim Gillette from simpleeasyevents.com. The reason you want to do that is a very effective testimonial will encourage the people to use your testimonial, and it's a boomerang back, like I said earlier, boomerang back to your business. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, always be seeking ways to be successful. Always be seeking ways to give to others. We're going to talk about that in the final section today. Stay tuned because it's going to start here in a couple seconds. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Tim Gillette, and we're here for the 7th and final section in the Simple Easy Success program. Now I know, Simple Easy Success program, I'm going to share with you this final thing and share with you on how to be successful in our Simple Easy Success program. This is the defining thing that helps people get, and it's always the last thing people ever want to attend because we miss it. We want to throw this one out. We don't want to do it because we read into it as something else. Simple, easy success can be done by simple, easy giving. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to use that word giver. You know, one of the greatest people I've loved interviewing, he's been on my show, my podcast 5 times, and I love him every time he does it, is Bob Berg from The Go Giver. Bob Berg is one of the most giving people that I know on the planet. Bob is always willing to come by, always willing to be on an interview with us, always willing to give to our community. Bob taught me something that I'm going to share with you today in what we're going to do. But before that, I'm going to ask you this question. Are you a giver or a taker? An opportunity walks into your path, all right? Are you going to take the opportunity, or are you going to take the opportunity and give to someone else? In 2009, I actually was given access to a company that would create success for me. 2008 actually is when I entered the company. And I was actually brought in to come in and run this company, but I didn't understand the industry. So I took on the job and I said, I'm going to do the job, but before I do, I'm going to spend 6 months being a salesman for the company so that I can learn to sell the product first and understand it. While doing sales for the company, I found a gentleman who would be perfect to run the company. Better at it than me. More disciplined at it than me. Brought him over, introduced him to the people, and basically he ended up taking the job that originally I came in there to do. Was he upset? No. He was better at it than me. He had more knowledge, more wisdom, and everything, and he was better for that position. I looked toward the better of the company rather than the better of Tim's wallet. Learning to be a giver. I know many of you are thinking giving is like, oh, you even give back to a charity. Or no, giving is a way of life. Giving as a way of life will lead to success. It is the key that makes the success formula work. Simple, easy giving. Make giving a habit in all you do. Do not count what you get, what you have given. Only seek more opportunities and areas to be a giver. As I said, number one in this whole thing, let's start with being a giver in everything we do. Bob Burg said this the last time he was on my podcast. Giving back means that you first took from them, and now you must give something back in payment. Bob Burg said that. That's not Tim Gillette. That's Bob Burg. He said, no, I want you to start with being a giver, not start with being a taker and then having to give back. That's a huge concept when it comes to success in our businesses and in our life. So often we think, oh, go be successful and then give something back. That means that you are a taker. You are someone who goes and takes from others, does something with it. Oh, and I just happen to have enough now, so I will now give something back to the person I took from. That makes you a thief in my world, ladies and gentlemen. You stole from other people, and when you feel you are successful enough, when you feel your mountain is high enough, your cars are fast enough, now you'll give back. No. You have to change your thinking and change your world. You change your world first. You can't fix broken when you are broken. You have to be giver from the get-go. Everything you do should be giving. Does that mean you're not going to take or get something? Yes, you're going to get tons of things. The difference is you're not going to have a mode of, well, who's got, I mean, I've heard this from people out there who say, these speakers and trainers, who's got my money? Who can I go get my money from? It ain't your money, it's theirs. I must give to them in exchange for a service or product that solves their problem, and it is all about them. Who has my money is all about me and how do I get it. And that is the most broken thing we have in our society today. And the reason most of you have failed and are not successful. Again, simple, easy success. It starts with the very foundation in that you give in everything you do. From the moment you open your mouth to speak to someone, think, what am I giving to them? Don't open your mouth to sell to them. Open your mouth and think, what am I giving to them? Because if you gave first, it is so much easier to ask in the end. So many people out there, and I hear this thing, and I mean, you know what I mean? Well, I demand respect. I never demand respect. Ever. I give respect. By giving respect to you, whether you deserve the respect or not, but by giving respect to you, I gave first. And I never have to worry about asking for it because I gave you respect. There's a chance you're going to respect me and give it back. But instead, I go take respect from you. I'm not stealing it. And you really going to have respect for me when I just go over and bullied my way through your life and took it? You change your world first, ladies and gentlemen, because you can't fix a broken world if you're broken yourself. Start fixing you. Number 3, the only person who can change is the person in the mirror. The only person that you can change is the person that you see in your mirror. Let's get started there. Too often we actually have a world right now that sits and thinks because they have social media that they can point at Joey or Sammy or tell them what they need to do, all right, to change, to make the world better. I can't tell you what to change to make you better. I can offer, I can suggest, I can give you suggestions. The only person on this planet that I can change is the man that looks at me in the mirror every morning. And he's the only person that I can change. I can't change my wife. I cannot change my 2 stepsons. I cannot change my daughter. I cannot change my mother. I cannot change my brothers. And I can't change my neighbor. But I can change me. You want to be a giver in this world, start with changing the people that you can change, and that is you, and offer. Number 4, become mission-driven. When you become mission-driven, now it is all about helping others and not about helping yourself. Have a mission that is going to take you a lifetime to achieve. As I'm recording this show today, just this past week before recording this program, I lost a very dear friend of mine. Someone who, when he came to me, was in destitute, and I helped him. I didn't ask to be helped back. I just reached out and went, you need help? Come on. I gave him a place to stay, a place to put his stuff inside, a covering over his head, a bed to sleep on when he had nothing. I've seen him at his lowest when he was living out of his Dodge Stratus. And I decided to help him. He created a mission, and he helped me create a mission in my life. He created a mission, and I was fortunate enough over the past couple of weeks to interview him on my podcast before this happened. And he passed away this week. He's younger than me. He's a dear friend. But his mission is going to live on. Past him, he's gone now. His mission is on this planet, and there are people jumping by the hundreds to take his mission to the next step. You want simple, easy success, ladies and gentlemen? Build a mission that's bigger than you. So that when they lay you down in that coffin, there are hundreds of people taking up that fire, that torch, to carry it on long after you're gone. That's mission, ladies and gentlemen. That's giving. And I watched that man do that. And the more I watched it, the more I wanted to be mission-driven myself. When I finally found my own mission in life, I became so solely focused on it. When I finally found my mission in life, I could have created a mission to get me to the finish line. Instead, I created a mission that when I pass away, when they put me in the casket like they did him this week, there are people who are going to pick up that torch and go, I'm taking Tim's mission, and I'm moving on to carry this on to the rest of the world now. That's a mission. That's giving, ladies and gentlemen. That's not taking. That's giving. Number 5. Zig Ziglar said this a million times. Help others get what they want, and you will get what you want. Stop thinking about you. Me, 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 me. You want simple, easy success? Start by being a giving person. I almost should teach this course in reverse and make this part first. Become so giving that you never have to ask. Imagine that life. You give so much. You're out helping people so often that you never have to go ask for others because it's always being given back to you. There's a Bible verse that says, give and it will be given back to you tenfold. Instead of having your mission of how can I take, how can I get my money, how can I give it? How can I give to somebody? Not my money, but how can I give anything? How can I give my time to people? How can I give my knowledge, my wisdom to people? And watch it when you give. Watch it multiply, come back to you in money and time that you never thought you could ever have. That's simple, easy success. Let's move on. Number 6, make giving a part of your business. One of the biggest things that I've seen, and I watched my mentor do it when he created his foundation that went behind his business. He's got a whole mission behind that foundation. And the mission on that foundation is so out there and so big and so bizarre that it's going to take him most of the rest of his life to accomplish it. But he's doing little things to get him there with that foundation. He now made it part of his whole business. Make giving a part of your business. Make many people support a charity as part of their sales. A portion of the sales goes to support a local heartfelt charity. When we started Simple Easy Events, this event that those people who were watching this live got to attend was they bought a ticket. They didn't buy a ticket, but they bought a membership. First of all, I gave, and the fact that I gave it to them at a discount, all right, and they had to pay one time and they get lifetime access. That was my first give. My second was it's $20 to join the basic level. $20. And you know what? When you give $20, I'm going to give $10 to a local charity that's behind my heart, all right, and the heart members of our community. We're going to give 10 of that to them. And then I gave even more. I said, hey, if you refer somebody to me, I'm going to give you $5 of it, give $10 of it to the charity, and then I've got to pay all these fees to transfer it around, bank fees to transfer it around. I keep like $1.72. And I'm telling you guys, that's giving. That's putting giving into your business in such a way that I'm giving from the start. Yeah, Tim, but you're charging $20 to get in. If that's your thought process, ladies and gentlemen, you're worried about the takers. You're a taker in life. Takers get nowhere. Give, invest, and build. Find a charity that you can put behind your business and make it part of your mission. Make it part of things. I'm still working on what my foundation is going to be. I am. I'm working on it because I know it's going to be part of my business. It's going to be part of Simple Easy Marketing and part of what we do to help people. It's going to be a mission that helps people, all right, and a foundation that can carry on. That's what's going to help you be successful. Not giving back, but giving from the get-go. The last thing we have in this program. Number 7, pay it forward. You know, you got to give to people before you ask from them. I worked in 2006 through 2010. I worked or volunteered, if you want, with a local chapter of an international ministry. And the local chapter of that international ministry was called Christian Motorcyclist Association. It got started by this guy Herb back in the 1970s, where he basically was going to motorcycle rallies, and he felt the need to share his view of the gospel of Jesus and as a Christian to the motorcycle community. So he tried to find a way to do it. He built a system. He had discipline. All right. He had assets. Here's what he learned to do. He went to the motorcycle rally people organizing and said, listen, can I volunteer? Can I clean the bathrooms out? Can I do registration? Can I sweep the floor? Can I take tickets in? What can I do trash? Is there something I can do to help the organization out and help make this rally run smoother? And they gave him chores to do. He took those chores, he did them, and then he said, all I ask in exchange is can I host a church service in one of the corners, you know what I mean, on Sunday morning for people to come to visit? And he gave that concept of earn the right to speak, is what he called it. Earn the right to speak. And what I did was going in and cleaning the bathrooms. I'm going to use this after I just talked about credit. He cleaned your shit up. He swept the floor. He stood there to take the registration for you when you came in. He's the guy who went and picked up all the garbage and beer bottles you threw on the ground. And then on Sunday, he came over, opened a small section, says, hey, you want to come to church? Come to church. That's all he did. That's all he did. That's giving. You want a simple, easy success, ladies and gentlemen? Let me put this to you in a sentence that you will never forget. Be someone who gives so much that you can't afford to keep all that's given back to you. That's simple, easy success. Give so much that you can't afford to keep everything that is given back to you. I hope this program has helped you. If you've made it this far, here's what I want to tell you to do. The Simple Easy Success program is designed for you to actually learn to be successful, to be a giver, to understand that it starts with, you know what I mean, get started. It starts with understanding what it takes to be in business, building wealth by following a success formula of assets plus system plus discipline and getting success. And that happens by being a giver from the get-go. If this program has helped you, all right, and you've made it this far, I want you to send me an email. Send the email, all right, to success@timgillette.com. Success@timgillette.com. And tell us what you got out of this program. The next step for you from this point here is, do you want to take Simple Easy Success and make it Simple Easy Wealth? Join our Inner Circle program. Go to timgillette.com/inner circle. Or if you're done watching the video, there's a link right down below. Just click that link. It'll take you over to the page and get you started to be on the path to be a successful business and a success in life. I'm Tim Gillette. I'll see you next time. Hey guys, it's Tim Gillette here, and I hope today's program, even though it was a little bit different, a little bit special, that you got something from it in a unique way and built your business to help you. Simple Easy Success is our now recorded program. We're going to take it and break it up over the next couple of weeks and actually turn it into something that we can sell to others who just basically, that's the first thing they need, is a Simple Easy Success program. We will be offering it in our affiliates program. So by all means, go over to join our affiliates program, timgillette.com/affiliates, so that you can actually get a portion of it. We'll probably be selling it for around $97 and giving you $40 of the sale. You can go check that out over there. Some of the other things you can do is, if you watch this program, you've been coming here month after month and you've seen it, our new Inner Circle program, go to timgillette.com/inner circle and join. It's a program designed to help you achieve the success you want in your life, in your business, by getting things in line and actually making it work for you. I hope this event has actually helped you today. I realize this was a different kind of event. We will be back again in December. SimpleEasyEvents.com will lead to our December event, or it will lead to our November event, which is actually going to be live here in Dallas, Texas. And then you can actually come and join us in December for our next virtual one if you don't want to travel to Dallas. In the meantime, guys, I want you to be successful out there. Success can be simple and easy if you make it simple and easy. Follow our program that you've seen here today, and I hope you achieve something in your life and goal. I'm Tim Gillette with Simple Easy Marketing, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.